Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So I go so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give it the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. Ain't nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a love fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you're my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together. Take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl? Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What's going on? Good to see you. Let me make sure that my audio is on the right place. It is, and I want to make sure that I can hear myself. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Man of Prestige. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. What we do here is we talk about relationships, but particularly we use trendy topics to extract relationship lessons from a self-power, social, seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. All right, so shout out to my sponsors, MoFresh, Richie, Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Gores Corner, D-Love. And if you want to be part of our sponsors, you can simply use the join button on the platform. I think you can join for as low as $2.99, $3 per month. Okay, and there's some exclusive content back there for you as well, if you want to take advantage of that. All right, and you can also sponsor today's show. We're up to $164.99. Our goal this month is $300, and last show we were at $138. So I want to say thank you to all our supporters, all the sponsors. I appreciate you. It goes a long way. I appreciate you. I shall come in and do me a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified when we go live. Also, I have some free books for you if you're looking to master dating, relationship, and marriage from a skillful standpoint, as opposed to expecting life to just happen to you or against or for you. There are actual skills. Okay, so we have two manuals here that you will find absolutely useful. This one is called Number One Red Flag. Okay, it's good for everything from dating till marriage. Yes, people inside of marriage need game. And also this one is another manual. This one is our testimony. This one is actually written from our personal testimony. Okay, so it's called Get My Marriage Back. You can download both of them for free right from the link that's pinned to the top of the chat, numberoneredflag.com. Also, I want to ask you to please do us a favor. I am making it available to you for free, free PDF. But if you can purchase and become a verified purchase, I think for $25 or so, you can get them on Amazon. And particularly, we need reviews. Okay, we need verified purchasers reviews on both Audible and Amazon.com. We need 100 reviews on those pages on Amazon and Audible. So if you don't mind, actually, please, okay, I'm asking you, we need to get to 100 reviews as soon as possible. It's not something we can waste time on. Okay, the longer we wait, the less effective the reviews are. Okay, so that's Chinye. The longer you wait, shout out to Chinye, I don't know if she's here yet. The longer you wait, the less effective the reviews are. So if you're reading the book, you already read the first chapter, you want to put a review up there about the first chapter, that will go a long way. All right, Natu Alpha, how you day? Good to see you, brother Patrick. Happy New Year, sir. I hope you're doing fine. So today we have a big show. We have a big show. We're continuing the old trendy topic of TB Joshua, BBC's documentary around TB Joshua, and there's more and more conversations coming out about this. Chinye says she's here. All right, you're in chapter 3. Go and leave a review about chapter 1. Do me a favor. Go and leave a honest review about chapter 1. The longer we wait, the less effective the reviews are. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, she says she's on chapter 3. That's what's up. And also don't forget, I need reviews on Get My Marriage Back as well. If I think you guys already left reviews, but yeah, you are not to. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. All right, so we are continuing today's story. I've got a few videos to react to today, and I think there's one other story that we can use to warm up, but we're going to focus on that today because this is a major reason why a lot of us are struggling in our relationships. Okay, it's our self-awareness. Our self-awareness is a big part of it, right? Like I always say, we attack this thing. The first thing on this list, you see, is relationship lessons from a self-intelligence, right? Self-awareness. This is a very hard thing for most human beings to do because we all get caught up in our emotions. Okay, so it's something we need to keep studying. So this TB Joshua, believe it or not, TB Joshua story is a test of that in so many ways. So we need to continue the conversation. All right, and we're going to do exactly that today. But before we get into that, I think we want to talk about for a very quick second about Mohbad's father is in the news, so so let's do that. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. So let's talk about Mohbad's father. There's a video here, I guess on Channels TV. So I'm gonna play it, and then we'll talk for a quick second. Let's use it as a warm up, shall we? Let's use this video as a warm up before we get into the rest of the story for today, because we need to finish on time today. Okay. All right, Mohbad's father. That's not him. Well, that's him in the actual video, but yeah, that's him right there. So we're going to talk about this really quickly, and I'll be right back so we can chat about it. Let's get to it.
It's been months, and the body of Mohbad is still lying cold in a morgue somewhere in Lagos. Now I have the opportunity of having an interview with the father, and I'm going to ask him, why is it taking so long for Mohbad to be buried?
My reason is this. Mohbad have already been buried by me with the arrangement. They have to exhume him for some reasons, and the reason is to know exactly what came on. And since all these days now, we are still be expecting the result to come out, which is necessary before we can even make any attempt of burying. So we need the DNA and the autopsy. It's very important. So those are the things that is delaying. Okay. After those ones, we can make moves.
Okay, sir. I'm sure you know that DNA.
He needs the DNA and the autopsy. Did he say DNA first or autopsy? It doesn't matter, but I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. Did he say DNA first or autopsy? Anyway, let's continue.
It won't come from police. It has to come from the family.
The DNA, yeah. But we family, we need that DNA with some reason, because when the
he said we family, he didn't say himself. He said we family. We need we. When he says we, let's just say that means Baba Mohbad. Remember, I don't know if you're aware. Do you guys know that he released an album? He released a musical album. He did. Yeah, I saw it was on Twitter. He released an album. Let me say, Chinya says the police already provided the verdict based on the autopsy. Do they have autopsy results yet? When? Today? Has this happened in the last few hours? Because I don't think they have it yet. If he wants DNA, he wants to provide the money for her to do DNA. Simple. Well, before we even get into all of that, does he even have the right to request a DNA? Right? Does he have the legal right to request a DNA of another man's child? Oh no, we're gonna get real now. This is the part where Nigerians are not very aware. Let's get real for a second. This is the real world, not our sentiments, not our cultural sentiments now, right? Does he have the right to demand for the DNA of another man's child? This is what's wrong with you. This is what's wrong with you Western people try to apply Western. No. We're talking about the real world now. Forget Western or Eastern world, right? Does he have the right, the legal right to ask for another man's child's DNA? Does he have any bigger rights than very dark man would have in terms of rights to request for the DNA of that child? I'm asking, answer me. Maybe he does, you know. Maybe he does. Answer me now. The wife already made himself available and stated that she would do the DNA and is waiting for them to provide the funds. Right, I remember she said something like that. But I'm just curious right now. Does she even... Do you think she will allow it if it comes down to it now? I'm wondering. She said, Ola, maybe I misspoke. I remember that you did a show on the police verdicts based on the result, and it's a memory serving me wrong. I'm not sure they have. Maybe my memory is serving me wrong too, but I don't think they have the results from the autopsy yet. No. I think there was some kind of hearing, but, you know. So I think she already said she would allow it, that they should just bring the money, right? But does he even have the right? Because I'm hearing entitlement. But, you know, I know what Nigerians are going to say. Let's keep going.
Liam was born. I don't know the person they carried the placenta gift to. Because immediately when they bought Liam, my son called me. When he called me and I responded, I even wanted to come and meet him. And he was just calling me like, Daddy, it's no need again. I was so surprised, and this kind of something had been happening since. I could remember when he bought a land, and that land was hanging with his mother-in-law. So the same thing happened concerning that placenta. He said that he did not need again. They have arranged for those who is going to bury that. Okay, I had to quit. I don't say anything since then, but I was so surprised when the wife was even mentioning it. That is why I've now recollect my sense that really who is handle the placenta.
You're wanting placenta.
Yeah.
And Mohbad was alive when they took the placenta.
Yeah.
Why do you think, what does the tradition, Yoruba tradition talk?
Concerning that, we family of the man supposed to be the one to take care of that, but I was so surprised when that was taken away from me. So
take away from me. Who's going to tell this Baba right now? Who's going to tell him? Jesus Christ. Before I continue that video, there's a comment here from I Am Buzor. It says, if Nigerians want the DNA test to be done and money is the problem, now for this Instagram we go raise the money under 24 hours. In Yoruba culture and some part of Igbo culture, is the family of the husband that handles the burying of the newborn baby's placenta, except the baby is born abroad. Who took the placenta and why? You can see why this man is demanding for DNA. Okay, now there is who took the placenta, a question that probably would never be answered. There is also, you know, there's also what did he say? He said you can see why this man is. There's also if he has the, does he have the right to be demanding for DNA? Those are two different topics. Does he have the right to demand for a DNA? Does he have any bigger rights than very dark man? Does like who took the placenta? Is that a valid question? Yes, particularly because even the son kind of like was going to offer it, you know, because it's part of the culture. They said not just Nigerian culture, by the way. I'm actually reading something right here on NIH.gov, which is an American government agency platform. It says the 3 placenta rituals presented in this article are placenta burial, placentophagy, eating and consuming the placenta, and lotus birth, leaving the umbilical cord attached until it dries and comes away from the baby naturally. I think they do that in Nigeria too, right? So they do that overseas. It's just I guess it's a cultural thing in different places around the world. So there's nothing special about that. But we're talking about this man passed away, okay? And when he was alive, this was not a demand, right? Because if it was a demand, he was your son. You could literally ask him and say, hey, I don't trust you. Where's the placenta? No. Where did the placenta go? Right? Because now they're suggesting that maybe another man had the placenta. What's the likelihood of that? None. Almost none. Okay? But let's continue. Let's continue here. I'm just reading this comment. This person said, now you can see why this man is demanding for DNA. Sometimes we say, I beg, leave culture, but this one of the repercussions. Did Imole handle the placenta himself? If not, who did and why? These are all valid questions. Are you ever going to get answers to those questions? No. Are the judicial system going to entertain this question? Probably not. Okay, probably not, unless it becomes a point of they're dragging properties. There's some valid level of property dragging somewhere. I doubt it, but I could be wrong. I'm just saying. But these are the realities you need to face, not your cultural sentiments. Your cultural sentiments are good just only as far as they get. Yeah. Let's see here. He continues. If not, who did? Okay, this man messed up in the beginning by burying Imole so fast. And with how this case is going, we can see the man was probably under pressure or threat. This man energized Imole's bullies the day he was praying for who was bullying his son. I don't even want to go there again because I don't know why I should be afraid to protect my son. If you like, be the Anini or Otokoto. What is that? Otokoto me. And you go they meet for different native doctors house. If you get money past me, I go try juju, but I must make you feel the danger to ever near my son again. I go walk out till I see devil face to face them. I go offer my body parts to him in exchange to protect my son and make sure that bully keeps running helter-skelter for this spiritual protection, unless of course money is involved or greed is involved, or like you were talking about, the fear, right? Let me continue the video, then I'll come to the chat.
But then I didn't value it as something bigger, but it was now later that I realized that it must be something behind this. So that is what the spirit in me now said, there is something behind the placenta.
Okay,
because
so you are still insisting that
yes, I want to know the person they give the placenta to. That is why I need it.
So the assumption that the placenta was given to somebody and not buried somewhere, maybe by the father, maybe by I get maybe, there's another person here that says they're supposed to do DNA to also find out if this man really born Mohbad.
DNA and the autopsy to be out before we can do the burial.
So no matter how long it takes.
Yes, I will stand until we get the results from them. If we are not satisfied with the results, I'm sure the whole world, they are looking at us now. They will support me in taking care of the body and to find the real results. So we are going to do the private test for him. That's it.
So Tinye is like, I got this chat all by myself. I got this. She said he doesn't have any right to the placenta before he will use it and do some rituals to take the child's glory. Jesus Christ. The Mohbad did not address the placenta. He probably did, but he's not listening. Like, okay, it's gone now. So Otokoto, another high profile criminal like Anini. Oh, okay. That's why they say Anini. Okay. Which spirits? Hold on 1 second. Let me disconnect that. Which spirit in you? If I get ish with my in-laws, I ain't releasing shit. Oh, there you go. There we have it. This brainless man irks the crap out of me. Jesus. Natu and you. Okay, I'm starting to see Natu now. Yeah. Also, this culture shit is for the poor man. When my cousin was going to marry David Mark's daughter, he did not take her to any relative's house. His dad said it is not necessary. Yes, they only think it's necessary when it fits the narrative, right? How many cultural stuff have we disconnected from over decades, centuries, just because it doesn't fit the narrative we're trying to push, right? But when it kind of fit, then we start to fight for it, you know. But what's going on, my brother? Is that you, CBN Talk, Tech Talk? Is that you? Long time, man. How you been, man? Good to see you. Anyway, so we're talking about Mohbad, who passed away. He was an artist. It's a big guy in every right, you know, at least by way of brand. But it was upcoming, and his life got cut short unexpectedly in September. And a lot of people were rallying up and trying to see if they can find justice, because there were history over the past 2 years of him being bullied by his label boss, directly or indirectly through another thug guy. The label boss was Naira Marley. The thug guy was Sam Larry. They were arrested. They've been released since then. There's still quote-unquote investigations going on. The father, who you're looking at right now, literally ordered for him to be buried in less than 24 hours. But the government, after the uproar of the public, the government made an order to go exhume the body. The body is still sitting in the cold since then, and they're doing autopsy and all kind of stuff to investigate. That's the last thing we know. All right, so that's Mohbad's dad. There's another video here. I'm not sure,
and the body
if this one is longer.
Mohbad
Let me
is
just
still lying cold in a morgue somewhere in Lagos. Now I have the opportunity of having an interview with the father, and I'm going to ask him, why is it taking so long for Mohbad to be buried?
My reason is this. You know, Mohbad have already been buried by me with the arrangement. They have to exhume him for some reasons, and the reason is to know exactly what came on. And since all these days now, we are still be expecting the result to come out.
So that's today. So he said we are still expecting the results,
which is necessary before we can even make any attempt of bury. So we need the DNA and the autopsy. It's very, very important. So those are the things that is delaying. After those ones, we can make move.
Okay, sir. I'm sure you know that DNA won't come from police. It won't come. It has to come from the family.
The DNA, yeah.
You know why it won't come from the police? Because the police, they don't have any interest in the DNA or the paternity relationship between Mohbad and his 5-month-old son. Okay, they don't care. They don't care. All right. Oh yeah, we have a new member. Yes TV, we have a new sponsor. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, that is a big deal. Do you know how long I've been looking for a new sponsor for the show? Oh my god. Oh my god. I've lost my voice suddenly. Thank you so much, Yes TV. I appreciate you. All right, that's a big deal. It goes along with. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to continue to play the video.
But we family, we need that DNA with some reason, because when Liam was born, I don't know the person they carried the placenta gift to, because immediately when they born Liam, my son called me. When he called me and I respond, I even wanted to come and meet him, and he was just calling me that, Daddy, it's no need again. I was so surprised, and this kind of something had been happening since. I could remember when he bought a land, and that land was hanging with his mother-in-law. So the same thing happened concerning that placenta. He said that he no need again. They have arranged.
So he's still very salty about the whole land saga. There was some kind of land. The land that Mohbad was allegedly buried on in Ikorodu was purchased by Mohbad, and there was some kind of tussle back and forth on who should be in control of the land. Last minute, just before he passed away, I guess he gave the access to the land to his father, after he insisted that, why is it with your mother-in-law? I think the mother-in-law was the one who helped him to buy the land in the first place, you know. So that's what this man is still talking about more than 3 months after the passing of his child. It's not looking good.
Or those who is going to bury that. Okay.
Thank you, Yes TV.
I don't say anything since then. But I was so surprised when the wife was even mentioned it. That is why I've now recollect my sense that really.
He finally collected his sense.
The placenta.
You're wanting placenta.
Yeah.
And Mohbad was alive.
No, it was very dark man that woke up his consciousness to the placenta issue, and this is just another opportunity for this man to drag the legacy of his son in the mud. Unfortunately, there are better ways to handle all of this, and I'm not going to blame it on lack of education. This man is just not enlightened at all in any level. I'm not talking about Oyibo people's education. I'm not talking about going to school, none of that, okay? Because we all have grandparents that didn't necessarily go to school, and they will never behave this way, okay? So we can't blame this on Oyibo people's Kenny, you know, and that's what it is, you know. But let's see. Lot to say now when DNA tell him say no be him be Mohbad Baba, now that time him eye go clear. Yeah, because if he has the right to ask for a DNA of another man's child, yes, your son becomes another man in the grand scheme of things, okay? It's not like the courts will never recognize that you have a biological relationship with a person, but outside of somebody give birth to you or you give birth to another person, you can't go further than those one layers. That's how it works. Now, the at a civil level, right, they do recognize a lot of, you know, relationships like that, but when it comes down to the state helping you to enforce, you don't have any rights. There's zero rights, and I don't think anybody else is talking about that, you know. But we shall see. I'm looking at let me look at some of this comment on the actual post. Somebody said, why did you bury him so fast without thinking about the DNA and autopsy test? That question, if we need to answer all the other questions that everybody else is asking, right? What happened to the placenta? Who did they give the placenta to? Why and why? If we need to answer all those questions, then we must answer these other questions too. Why did you bury him so fast without thinking about the DNA and autopsy? In fact, we must drag this question in court. Somebody said, I know come understand wetin concern this man and placenta. I'm sure somebody will reply and say, culture, our culture. Our culture now. Somebody said, this man is not happy that Mohbad left a child behind. In fact, he doesn't even care about Liam. Liam is Mohbad's son, his grandchild. He's questioning the paternity of his own grandchild. That's what we're dealing with. He did not question the paternity of his grandchild when his son was alive. His son was alive for 5 months of that baby's life. He did not question it. He's asking for that now. I just want you to process it properly. If you process the feeling and you say, yeah, he has the right. Okay, good. You have the right too. I rebuked this man as a father for my enemy. Jesus Christ. Someone said, but why is it so hard for the wife to do DNA too? It's making it look suspicious. She already said she's ready and she's just not going to pay for it. How about that? All right, so we still have a lot of lame people around the internet asking this question. But by the way, she doesn't owe him anything. She does not have to allow him near his child, her child at all. If that's what takes, then make she serve no do and make him poor boy rest in peace. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's BS. Interviewer, so no matter how long it is, interviewer is asking, okay, this person is simulating a conversation. Say, interviewer, so no matter how long it is, Mohbad's dad said, yes, I will stand until I get the result from them. If we were not satisfied with the result, the whole world will support me to find out the real result. Did you hear that part in the interview?
Like when they took the placenta. Yeah. Why do you think, what does the tradition, waiting Yoruba tradition talk?
Concerning that, we family are supposed to be the one to take care of that. But I was so surprised when that was taken away from me. So, but then I didn't value it as something bigger. But it was now later that I realized that there must be something behind this. So that is what the spirit in me now said there is something behind the placenta.
This is what somebody was talking about when they said this. What spirit? He said the spirit in me. This man is a pastor. Don't forget about that, by the way. He's a pastor too. Yeah. Now that land they pay and pay now. That's awesome. Baba is not wise. Thank you so much. Yes, TV again. Me, I can thank you forever. Don't mind me. Anyway, Baba is not wise. Him no get sense. I wonder if he doesn't have family member that can advise him. He probably won't listen. This man has coconut head. You can't tell yet. And she shouldn't pay for it at all. Yeah, she. I think DNA is probably expensive in Nigeria. It's probably too expensive for someone to just say, Mabino, I'll just pay for it. I think, yeah. I have no idea, but yeah. He's after his son's property. I doubt even if Mohbad left anything significant, honestly. I doubt that. He probably had a bunch of liquid cash laying around because he was trying to do the big boy packaging thing, trying to blow. All that money is probably gone. Ouch. Yeah. All that money is probably gone. This shows me that fools become older and become fools. This looks so effing bad. There are many people that walk around like this. And sometimes you'll never know until they find themselves in crisis. And the issue is that they don't know how to handle crisis. They're not prepared to handle crisis. They're not prepared to handle conflict. That's what you're seeing here. Somebody said, keep him is your son. That means Liam is your son. You have to keep him. So it's a man low-key running his future. When you rush bury your son, you don't think of DNA. Okay, so that's that one right there. Let me go to the one on Linda EKG. I think some of the comments here. Let me see some other ones. They suppose do DNA to also find out if not this man really born Mohbad. Okay, I already read that already. So why burying him at first? So people are asking the same question here. Somebody said, what do you want carry placenta do? I'm sure about 77 other people will educate this person on that. Maybe about 50. Like, placenta is our culture. That is what is wrong with you all. You want to cast away our culture and talk about all this nonsense about, everybody should just rest, okay? He passed away. Like, the only thing anybody should be protecting right now is his legacy. That's it. This drama is completely unnecessary, especially in the middle of still investigating what actually created or what caused his death, right? It's just terrible. It's bad. One of the hardest things for human beings to do is to let go. I always say that, right? Yeah, this is an example of it. Why should you let go? Because sometimes you have to let go for your own happiness, peace of mind, for the betterment of everything else at a larger, overall, at an overall, what's the word I'm looking for? When you go to Pami Jensen, right? In the grand scheme of things, sometimes you have to let go, and letting go sometimes is what you need to do to attract what you actually want, right? But when you try to force the universe into what it's not, this Baba will still collect. Trust me. Just wait for it. I always say wait for it, right? Yeah, we're going to hear now. The father of the child buries placenta, sir. You are the grandfather. Okay, so that is a good question. Does the father bury the placenta or the grandfather? Because honestly, I don't know, right? Let's ask somebody. Does the father of the child bury placenta or grandfather? If you know in the chat, please let me know. Jesus Christ. The responsibility for burying the placenta varies by culture and family. In some cultures, an important family member, such as the father, grandmother, or a post-menopausal woman, is responsible for the ritual. So there's no definitive answer. That's another angle. Okay. I don't know why Wumi is so scared of doing DNA. This is why all women should learn from this. I bet many people will answer that question. I'm not going to waste my time on that again. But there you have it. This is some weird move on this guy's part. I have no idea. It's sad that this man doesn't see how bad this makes him look. No, he probably doesn't even pay attention to social media like that. He probably just says, all of y'all gonna be alright. Everybody go day alright, but we must know. That's probably what he's saying. Right? This shows me that fools become okay, already read that. Let's leave this story alone. Let's get on to some of the real stories that we have today. But we're gonna keep covering any Mohbad story until everything comes to light. Even if there were any, this guy is gonna take over the whole story and it's gonna get dragged. That's probably what's going to happen. And they'll probably never find any answer because already he's distracting from the actual answer that people wanted, which is to find out what happened to that young man to 2 years leading to his death. That's what people wanted to know. But the story has become something else because they claim that the DNA, the paternity could have been the reason why they wanted to take him out. That's part of the questions that need to get answered. Okay, we shall see. She says there's an Igbo adage that says, yeah, don't do me like that. Meaning, an unexpected event challenges a strong man. Yes, but this unexpected event proves that the man is a strong man. Yep, that's precisely. Crisis, conflict is how you know who is strong and who is not strong. Outside of that, most people are just they're not prepared because most people assume that everything will be all right every day of the week. So when things happen, they're never prepared for it. All right. With that being said, do me a favor. What are your thoughts about this? Let me know what you think about this. Should this man rest? Do you think he has a valid quest to know the paternity of his grandchild? Does he have the right or not? I want to know what your thoughts are. With that being said, I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk about TB Joshua. We're going to do some reaction, okay? There's a guy that I followed, I started following him in 2019 during the Buhari second term campaign. That's when I started to follow this young man. I don't know if you guys know him or if you follow him at all. The name of his platform is Objective Media. His name is Shegun, as a matter of fact. I should read it. Mberede Nyiri Dike Mana Mberede KG Ama Dike. Mberede Nyiri Dike Mana Mberede KG Amadike. Thank you, Chinye. I try small now, Abi. Anyway. Oh, somebody said, what am I reading? This right here. That's Chinye's fault. Anyway, welcome back to the TB Joshua story. We're going to cover this. I have a couple of videos I want to react to. These stories are not new. Everybody wants to drag BBC. Everybody's upset. Not everybody, but about half of everybody having opinions about this. About half of them, okay? They want to drag BBC, right? Starting with FFK, Fani Kayode, Femi Fani Kayode. He was the one who started it. He said nobody can bring down the legacy of TB Joshua. Guess what? What do you think about that statement? What do you think about that statement? Nobody can bring down the legacy of TB Joshua. Whatever it is, he's right.
Well, you're right.
It's right, but it's whatever that legacy is. He's right. Nobody can bring it down. Right? So if his legacy has created a situation where BBC had to do some kind of investigation, which they tried. If you watch the end of their 3-part series, they always put it there and say, hey, they reached out to the church, his camp. They reached out to ask and say, hey, do you want to speak to this? And they declined every single time, and they said, hey, this is, we don't have time or something like that. So to deal with unfounded, as a matter of fact, I think it's necessary that I show you that. Okay. Yeah, I think I should show that, because so that we can quote BBC properly here, right? They always turn it down, and they say, you know what, we don't have time to answer to unfounded allegations. We're just going to let people decide what they want to decide. So people are now deciding what they want to decide, but suddenly they're not happy. This is what BBC put up there. You see this? I want to read that statement. It says the BBC contacted the current church leadership with the investigation's findings. They replied, making unfounded allegations against Prophet TB Joshua is not a new occurrence. None of the allegations was ever substantiated. So some people are saying it's all one-sided. There was a guy that came on the freeze earlier on. He kept saying that they should have interviewed some other people, and they should have interviewed some other people so that it can be balanced. You know, the obsession with balance is a real thing. I think balance is cool, okay, but it's a level where you get to where it's now obsession. Is you're trying to use it to compensate for your disability when it comes to discernment. Okay, some of us know what the truth is without declaring that it's the truth, but we can feel it. We can, you know, we can see that, okay, there's some level of truth to this stuff, you know. And some of us know the reality of life and the nature of mankind, and just understanding that human beings are nobody's mate. Human beings have committed the biggest atrocities you can think of, especially when they claim to be holy. Okay, so there's nothing special about that. Okay, so today we're going to react to an interview from 4 to 6 years ago that was granted by this lady, Bisola, who was part of the documentary. Somebody was trying to, one of the guys, a YouTube creator that my wife watches, him, Macron something, Macron TV something, you know, and he was trying to pick apart what Bisola said, because Bisola said in one part that she's a video director, a chief video director of the ministry at one point, and in some other parts she also said she was the international guest attender, something like that, right? And he now thought, there's some inconsistency in that. Like, let's check, like, and everybody in the chat were very quick to tell him, like, listen, this lady has been consistent. She's been making noise about this issue for a minute. She's been talking about this for a minute. She's been trying to talk about this. Okay, so I played a video where she was out in the street, which she said something, but Shagun, who is Objective Media, actually did justice in doing a full-blown interview, and I want us to react to it, and also interviewed Guru Maharaji. You guys know who Guru Maharaji is, right? So if you're wondering where the title came from, the title says it's Wednesday, Hump This D. All right, maybe you guys will understand after this. Okay, so there's nothing new about this. Just let, like they said, BBC is one-sided and it's biased. Somebody said BBC should do investigation around, who was the person that said that? Let me show you guys some stuff. Chinye say no be today. Like I said, me personally, my spirit has never like aligned with anything TB Joshua, but that's just my spirit. Someone said, what spirit? I don't know, just my spirit. Right? So it is what it is. So the first one I'm going to look. So the first person that said something about this was this guy right here, Idris ABDULKAREEM. Now Idris has a tendency to want to be loyal to black people, you know, the power to the people, F the YT all day long, you know. That's Idris. Okay, so he's probably coming from that angle again, as usual. Okay, he says until BBC releases a documentary on the atrocities committed by Britain on African soil, only then will they have the moral justification to condemn any African man. All right, so let's dissect it. Let's dissect that really quickly. Let's dissect that, okay? As a matter of fact, I want to divide this up into multiple pieces, so I will be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, so again, Idris ABDULKAREEM said, until BBC releases a documentary of the atrocities committed by Britain on African soil, only then will they have the moral justification to condemn an African man. Shall we dissect this? Let's dissect this, okay? I'm seeing that the Freeze comment here said the BBC should do this, okay? Somebody else says, when you people talk about slave trade and colonialism, you often leave out the part Africans themselves played in it. Lo baton, let's you won't talk about how your chiefs and Oba sold their tribesmen for mirrors and umbrellas and bottles. Not even books. You know, when you have a generation of people that have a tendency to disconnect from self-accountability, it's a struggle. They will always be under. What do you want me to tell you? Like, that's just the truth. Either we're talking about societal level, macro level, or micro level as an individual. If you have a hard time with self-accountability, you always be under. Okay? The person continues, you won't talk about how your chief, okay, you won't talk about the greed of the African man. Is the African man that produces nothing, exports nothing outside of, obviously, how to do faith and religion in a fancy way, but expect to pray, and expect to build a country that will thrive. It's the African man that does that. There's no other persons, and no other group of people that do that in the planet. Okay? They import everything, but they expect prosperity. Not only are they expecting it, this is a mindset. This is not a matter of TB Joshua. It is a mindset. TB Joshua, don't rest. We're talking about you now. This is a mindset. Anyway, this person is hitting it, right? It was our greed they took advantage of. Nobody is coming into your doors unless there's a crack in the wall. Nobody is coming into your marriage unless there's a crack in the wall. If you have active division at any level going on in your relationship, the devil will come inside. It's just the way it works. And guess who you're going to blame? You blame somebody else, right? You won't be able to. Most of the time, you can't hold yourself accountable. You just can't, because all you can see is how you've been the victim all along. That's all you can see. It's the same mindset at every level. Individual, overall, macro level is the same thing. This mindset, you can't rise from it. It's just this active competitive place. Okay? It is impossible. Now, does that mean they shouldn't be held accountable? No, I'm just saying you're going to have a hard time holding them accountable if you don't have the ability to hold yourself accountable. It's probably impossible. That's all I'm saying. Okay? The person says it was our greed they took advantage of. It wouldn't have been possible for them to do everything they did if our traditional leaders did not allow it for personal gains. All right. Now, what I really wanted to address here before I go into it. Even let me come to the chat because that's getting heated up for a second there. Let me come to the chat. Not to say I don't agree with this statement. I don't agree with the statement either. This statement is discombobulated on arrival. Again, when you move from a place of emotions, it's hard to engage emotional intelligence because you are moving from a place of emotions, right? So this is not the time for power to the people. Atrocity is atrocity, but the one British committed on Africa and the one committing on ourselves by ourselves, even in the name of I must get those white people. Even that, it is so-called atrocities. You're right, Chi. Absolutely. More fresh, good evening to you. Welcome. Yeah. Gunpowder. Listen, these are the people. They are making the most noise, but in terms of structures, you know. So we're always on one extreme of the other. Somebody is completely stealing and trying to build, and somebody is not stealing anything, but they're just making noise with no emotional intelligence attached to it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard. Yep. Greed is a real thing. This is the shit killing Nigeria. Yep. My man and I were talking about this just yesterday regarding this, our African Christianity. It is very, very, it's a serious point of conversation that we have to keep having because it's affecting us at every level. Okay? It's affecting, if it's not affecting you directly, it's affecting the way you influence your kids. That's to our parents. It's affecting the way you influence your kids. You might have been lucky, you're coming from a different era and your child is trying to figure out a new world, but you keep planting all these seeds of victimhood in their head. Yeah. This is the same like saying don't talk about corruption until you address where it started from. Exactly. That damn greed continues till today. The Chinese are buying up so much land, mining illegally by paying off our leaders, while they don't even allow us black people or foreigners to buy any property. These are the things we're dealing with. Okay. Now, in terms of God will not use his legs to come and do things for us when we already provided us. Like, he has 8 billion people floating around here. Like, it's done what he needs to do. It's like the parable of the talents, right? Some people are going to complain that they only have 1 talent. The other person that has 5 talents is looking for a way to multiply it. You do the math. You figure out which part of that do you belong in that parable. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. In terms of the statement itself, until BBC releases a documentary on the atrocities committed by Britain on African soil, I'm going to take a wild guess that the Onyibo people have done a lot of documentaries on that, and including the greed of the African people in that same respect, right? Including the greed of the Onyibo people not knowing that, hey, you can't keep doing this. These people are going to fight back at some point, right? All of the above. I'm going to take a wild guess that more Onyibo people have done more documentaries about this matter than black people. Do you agree? It's just a guess. Okay? I actually don't know. But that's just a wild guess that Onyibo people have done probably more documentaries about their own atrocities than we have done. Okay? Or they've sponsored it. Or they've kind of changed the narrative to control us even more. Anyhow, way, shape, form you want to think about it, they've probably told more story about this than we have, right? Okay. What do you want to blame that on? Okay. And only then will they have the moral justification. Again, morals. When people get caught up in their emotions, one of the first places they run to is moral standards. Poison. Moral standards. The obsession with morals is a poison. You don't understand power. You're not going to get power. No one's going to hand you power. You're going to have to take it. That's the way it works. How? Why? Why would they give you power? Just think about it. Why would they give you power? It doesn't make any sense. They're not going to give you power. You have to take it. How, Sway? How? That's what we're trying to get to.
How, Sway?
That's what we're trying to get to. But that you need to first of all acknowledge that no one is going to give you power. They will continue to take power from you. That's just the way it works. Number 3, moralizer. Moralizers. They have no power. They can't get anywhere ahead. There's a certain extent where you can be activist too, right? You can be an activist to a certain extent. But there's only so much power that comes with that, because they actually have to give you. And when they hand you and they grant you or they dash you power, it is fake. Could it last? It's just like dashing a person's submission, or dashing your husband submission that he has not earned, or dashing your partner the trust they have not earned, right? It's not going to work. Oh, it might work for short term, but it's not going to work. Hey, babe. It's not going to work. That's some of the things you got to pay attention to. My wild guess is correct. You think? You think? Maybe. Right? But so this statement is basically dead on arrival, you know. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Condemnation. To condemn. There's nothing about the documentary that condemned anybody. A story was being told, not a story. Multiple stories that aligned in the same direction were being told. You don't have to agree with the story. You don't have to say it's true. You can say your own experience is different, right? All of you can gather yourself too. Maybe it's not as sensational, but they gather yourself and say, we had a positive experience. We had a positive experience with TB Joshua. We will listen to, okay? In fact, I'm actually going to demonstrate that right now, okay? We will listen. If you have a positive experience, we want to listen. We want to hear it, okay? So, yeah, let's talk about it right now. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Something, I'm just going to put it on the screen. And he had a positive experience. Like I said, I told you. I was going to, you know, I'll cover. If you have more positive experience with the brand or the legacy of, or the, you know, of the Grand Lord, your Grand Lord TB Joshua, share. We will share it. I'm about to share one right now with you. But we'll share everything that comes with it, because I'm not sure if everybody will believe what you're saying. But let me just read this to you. Okay, this person said, okay, hold on one second. This person said, Prophet TB Joshua fake, as in like, fake as how, right? Person where God used heal me from skin disease at the age of 6. The person that God used to heal me at the age of 6 restored my mom's hand that was supposed to be amputated due to gunshot wound. Or is it my sister that got healed from blindness during her primary school days? So many wonderful deeds. Which of these are fake or staged? When my family and I were homeless, he gave us shelter and fed us. God is not a man. Say whatever you like, it no go change God from being God. Hashtag TB Joshua legacy lives on. If you believe that TB Joshua was fake, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't believe he was necessarily all the way fake, like you're on the fence, put a 2 in the chat. Let's do it like that. Let's be fair, right? Some of those miracles, signs and wonders has to be real, right? Some of them have to be real, right? All right. So somebody else came in the comments of that same post and said, actually his wife Evelyn is the target. She retired all the wise men, evangelists, and pastors ganging up against her. Oh, that's some story right there. That's some story. They wanted to take the church from her. That's the board members, you know. Nigeria, when you register board members of church, is it really valid? Are they honored eventually later on, or you can just kick all of them to the curb? Listen, it's not only Nigerians, so if you haven't watched Greenleaf yet, go and watch Greenleaf. I think it should be somewhere on Netflix. It's Oyinbo people stuff, not Oyinbo, but Oyinbo and American Dudu. Yes, go and watch Greenleaf. If you haven't seen Greenleaf, it's not just African Nigerians that are greedy and can be ruthless with the church. Okay. So now this person suggesting that they wanted to oust the wife, whoever the board members and the people that were, and then she retired all of them. She fired all of them. Is that necessarily a good thing? We don't know. We don't know, right? Maybe we'll find out more later. The person continues, they wanted to take the church from her. They feel entitled. They looted the vault and stole billions in raw cash when TB Joshua died. Evelyn is the target. How is Evelyn the target when they barely mentioned her name in the thing at all? I mean, it's possible, I guess. But you're gonna have to tell us how. You have to tell us how. How is that possible? Huh? How is that possible? How is Evelyn the target when her name was barely mentioned at all? Outside of the only time, one time I remember they mentioned her was that she didn't have access to his bedroom. How?
How, Sway?
Bonchan says one. And you watch Greenleaf too, right? Yeah, it's everywhere. I don't believe the spirit behind this work is clean. That's what we're driving at here. Because there's some miracles does not mean, I don't think anybody argued that there was ever any kind of miracle at the TB Joshua. There were, but a lot of it were staged. How much, we don't know. We can safely say about 99% of it was staged. Right? We can safely say that, right? About 1% was real. Right? Okay. So some of the ones that are real, who knows if it's like Natu's story? How many people saw Natu's story in the chat yesterday? Right? Sometimes you just show them a miracle so they can leave you alone. Anyway, let me continue. This person said Evelyn is the target. They scripted these accusations as a revenge tool to tarnish the church and the man. Evelyn stood against them and deported those foreign evangelists called wise men. Please make your individual research. Part of these accusations might be right and valid, but I believe TB sorted everyone and resolved all issues. How is that possible when he died at the age of less than 60? Was he 57? How old was he when he passed away? He was 57, wasn't it? Something like that, right? Let me check. How was that possible? Well, he's a prophet. Maybe he just knew it was time, right? Right? Is that what we're about to say? How old was he when he passed away? Let me see. I'm trying to see right now. 1963 to 2021. It was almost his almost his 60th birthday. No, sorry, almost 58. He was 57. Okay, so I guess it was a prophet. He knew it was going, so he sorted everybody out. And you were the assistant that knew what he was doing at the time. Anyway, he had people close to him. Let me give that a chance. I'll leave that alone, okay? But apparently, she believed that TB sorted everyone and resolved all issues. Clearly, he didn't, because there is a 3-part documentary on BBC right now. See, these are the problems. People just say things and they will completely be disconnected from the result that was created. Can we look at the result, like the outcome of where we are today, right? And say everything was resolved. How can we say that when the most popular video about TB Joshua right now today is this documentary? How does that make any sense? This documentary in 3 days has 2.9 million views. Okay. I think some of his followers were very disconnected from the fact that it was just another human being here, that was here. Anyway, so somebody said they are trying to attack Christianity, not TB Joshua per se, but the gate of hell shall not prevail against the church. Nigerians, black people, in the same breath, you will come and say BBC should talk about all the atrocities that the Oyibo people did. Isn't that, let me say it in English, isn't that voodoo? Isn't that voodoo? What do you think?
Not be juju be that.
In the same breath, right? And then in the next moment, you're like, they just want to attack the church. The black man is confused. That's the conclusions we can make here, okay? That's one of the few conclusions we can make here, okay? The black man is very, very confused, okay? And it's not their fault. It's everybody else's fault. Okay. Just because his wife prevent them from taking over the church, them go cry tire. Okay. A 6-year-old doesn't know shit. Only your family get these cases. I don't know how relevant that is. Okay, the 6 years old who got healed. Okay, so he said, this guy that was giving the testimony said, a person who got used to heal him from skin disease at the age of 6. At the age of 6, he had a skin disease. So somebody told him there was a miracle. So maybe there was a miracle. But the question is that where did those powers come from? Was that truly the power of the scriptures of Jesus Christ, or there were other things mixed in with that? That's really what the question is, okay? I don't think anybody is questioning that miracles do happen. Miracle, no, they tire Jesus. No, they tire Jesus. Again. Chai. Miracle, no, they tire Jesus. Come on now. We know now. The question is, were those powers mixed in with other type of stuff? People have questions. That's all. Somebody said, Shane George Films, who was an actress, she said, go and watch the movie Leap of Faith. See exactly how God works and receive sense. Leap of Faith. Nice promotion. That's the smartest move so far. Okay? Promoting your movie. Somebody said, I support Victor. Gather here. There's 103 people like it. We know now. After all, Nigeria is the place where it is because of certain reasons. Our mindset. So we know that about at least half of the population of people having opinions about this truly believe that this was an innocent man and BBC is just trying to drag him. So I'm very aware of the division in the opinions, okay? Somebody said, you guys are funny in this country. He healed you as per doctor or what? Cobham's Asuquo can't see. Why can't any pastor restore his sight? Maybe he has not gone to the right pastor, like the people that TB Joshua trained, maybe. You guys should continue wallowing in your Iberibe belief. Wahala. Somebody said, please, if you've never been close to him, don't defend what you don't know. They don't need to be close. They just need to have the conviction in their heart. And then Nigerians only need conviction. That's all they need, okay? Forget the court of law. Forget what discernment is. Forget direct connection to their own God. If they have the conviction, that's all they need, okay? Do you realize this is the same way Jesus Christ was accused? Another comment. Was accused that many people in Jerusalem hated him because the lies came directly from the Pharisees and Pharisees. The name rhymes. Pharisees and Pharisees, BBCs. All rhyme budget. They saw no reason why the Pharisee would lie, and Jesus was crucified for crimes he didn't commit. Black people. Oh my show. The war with the kingdom of darkness has existed for ages. This is the devil trying to kill our faith. Many people will lose faith in Christianity because of this. And really, they didn't have faith in the first place, just so you know. If they lost their faith because of this, what they had was not faith. It wasn't sustainable. It wasn't good enough. Because it's supposed to be good enough. You know what I mean? But I know the same scripture also said, he who stand should be careful lest he falls, right? This is, see, when you look inside of the same Bible, you see stuff that will discombobulate your head. Inside the same Bible, things that will inspire you, right? So you really need what? The Holy Spirit to help you interpret. Not TB Joshua followers, okay? Not your pastor. Your pastor might be interpreting from his own place of discombobulation, right? You need your own Holy Spirit. What do you mean your own Holy Spirit? Holy Spirit is the same kind yesterday and forever. You see how you're confused already? Exactly. You need the Holy Spirit. This person continues, says, too many troubles with churches, and now many people do not want to even go to church again. Please watch and pray. The devil is a cunning man. First of all, is the devil a man? If the devil was a man, why did this man kept attacking those women in those congregations, calling them oloshos and tempest spirits and all kind of seductive spirits, as a harlot spirit? Why was he attacking a bunch of women, right? If the devil was a man. Wait, Allah, slow down now. The Bible refers to men and women as men in the Bible. You cannot understand these things with carnal mind. It's not funny. This is the mindset that got us where we are today. I just want you to pay attention to it. Okay? We've been cajoled. We've been manipulated for centuries, thousands of years. And the longer it takes, the harder it's going to be to come out of it. It's the only thing that will kick us out of it is just natural correction. And I think that's what's going on. And they're calling it the devil. This is something the kingdom of darkness can do to kill our faith. Somebody said this particular documentary started even before he died. So nothing like an attack to anyone here. Plus the interviews left before he died. Interviewees left before he died. Okay. So it wasn't the Madame Evelyn who fired him, but we'll just leave it alone. There's probably too many things that we don't know. It doesn't matter. What I want you to focus on is this mindset. This type of mindset is the reason why you are where you are. If you're ever looking at your result and it's disconnected from what you've been working hard, particularly I'm talking about spiritually, emotionally, all these things that we can't touch, you have to start paying attention. There's something about your mindset that's creating the results that you have today. And you don't have to blame anyone. You can just learn. Right? But if you have to blame anyone, blame yourself. Start with yourself. You know? Only your family, all these problems. Anyway, this is the story we've been talking about. Let me come to the chat for a second here. Even if he sees something, I don't trust it. Mbano. Wala. I heard that they wanted to take over, but she was like, hell nah. Yep. Now I need to watch Greenleaf. Oh yeah. Go and binge watch Greenleaf. Oh my God. Thank me later. They stopped it. I don't know why, but I don't know. Maybe they were ruffling some feathers. Maybe. Listen, this life is not for the faint-hearted. No, it's not. It's not. That's why Africa is getting dragged. It's been getting dragged for centuries. Okay? And it gets worse the more you blame other people for that. It just gets worse. They just come up with better ways. Okay? They come up with better ways. They listen to you like, this one is weak. Okay, let me drag him another angle. I beg, judgment will start first from our churches because all kinds of evil and they know better. Listen, I will not judge, but I have in my own head Judgment going on inside a part of my brain. It's a little corner of my brain where judgment happens. And my estimation of how many people that go to church that will end up in hell, I cannot say it out loud because Jesus said, is it Matthew 7:7? Something about not judging. I will not do it with my mouth. No, I won't do it. I just want to pray for grace for everyone, the grace to enter the kingdom of God eventually. That's what I want to pray for, okay? But if we were to look at things, it's not looking good. Please do not insult Jesus to draw analogy for evil. That was a goddamn reach. Oh yeah, the scripture is designed for reach. Oh God, you have no idea. Was TBJ crucified? Why did you say TBJ like that? Did you know what TBJ? Sean Kuti yesterday had a whole different meaning for TBJ. Misty, hello, good to see you. Augustine Saki, Mr. Blogger, did you see any video evidence to their claims in all 3 episodes you watched? I saw him slap a whole human being in those videos. Did you see that part? Oh boy, he's not the only one that ever slapped a person. Oyedepo also slapped a person. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we also talked yesterday about people getting slapped and getting whipped because they claim that there's Emere and Ogbanje in them. Augustine, collect this one really quickly, just for you. Take it from me. It's a special gift, just for you. Collect. Just for you. But welcome to the platform. Okay. I watched less than 15 minutes of the documentary and I was so sick to continue. I had so many questions, no answers. No, you're not gonna get those answers because they will keep dodging and dodging. You know, they will use the scripture to confuse you, if anything. Okay. Forgot to tell you guys, this synagogue ended my cousin's wedding because his wife went there for prayers because things were not working well for them anymore. Yeah, because what's the need to read a book? Why do you need to read a book or learn some skills if there's somebody that can perform miracle to bring your marriage back? It's pointless. There's no need for skills. There's no need for game. Right? There's no need. Right? What do you need if you have a TB Joshua that can perform miracle to bring your wife back? You call. She went to America. Their papa. She can come back to Nigeria. You summon them back to Nigeria. If you did jackpot and try to treat you somehow, just go to TB Joshua. It will perform miracle and they will summon your wife back to Africa. There's no need for the skills. You get it? Yes, I am being sarcastic, just in case you missed it. Okay, these are the mindset that is creating the results that you see everywhere. These are the mindsets. You can see it in the church. You can see it at every layer in government. You can see it everywhere. We cannot blame everything on Tinubu Bala Blue. No, you can't.
Different from Bala Blue. Blue. Bulaba.
You can't. I'm sorry. Okay. And she's behind everything going on and wants to buy her husband. She ended up dying and the guy later passed. Let me tell you something. My wife has a story. She has a story of a friend here in America who literally sold everything. Sold everything because they moved to Nigeria to go and join the Synagogue Church of All Nations. It says scorn. What do they call it? Scorn? How do you put synagogue, Sha? These stories are everywhere. If this person end up in our chat, want to defend TB Joshua, you go, shall I tired? They made up their mind. Leave them alone. You just look at what I'm saying. There's a certain type of mindset here about you that you need to fight. You need to build yourself. You need to self-develop yourself. You need to build your self-esteem because life will happen to you like the rest of us, okay? The question is that what are you going to do with that information? What are you going to do with crisis when it happens to you? When conflict inevitably happens in your life, in your marriage, in your relationships, sometimes in your physical well-being, what are you going to do with it? Right? Because there's more than enough people in this world. People, more than enough. Never mind TB Joshua. It's past. There are more than enough people right now that will take advantage of your vulnerability. They will take advantage of that weakness, especially if you're operating from a place of emotions or sentiments. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Yep. The year ended with a bang. Watching all the allegations against men of God, TD, and now Joshua is disheartening. We are all going to be all right. Everyone, we're going to be all right, okay? If you re-engage your powers, okay? Re-engage your power. I'm not saying you were not a victim, but right now in this moment, re-engage your power. Your power is not in judging other people. It's not in pointing blaming fingers. It's not. Your power starts with self-awareness. Okay? When you're self-aware, half of the battle is won. Hit that like button, please. I beg, hit that like button. I'm trying to finish on time today. I don't know how possible that is because you guys keep giving me material. The year ended with a bang. Yes, we talked about that. Augustine is back. Augustine says, please, the original video is there. He never slapped him. It wasn't a him, it's a woman that he slapped. Baba, go watch the video, okay? Hey, my love, I hope you're warm in this cold weather. Misty is saying hello. Misty, hello. It's a struggle. There's a full video of her deliverance. She wasn't slapped. That's a big lie. If you share it, if you comment, if you share it, if you can tell us the title of it, I will play it. I'll play it. Okay. But the idea that BBC doctored a video, Baba, before you continue, please go and bring the evidence. But before you continue, let's first of all, Baba, with all due respect, not you, but everybody else that think like you. Okay. Because if I don't give them this, they won't pay attention.
Sorry.
Yeah, the idea that BBC is wanting so much, they can't wait to collect so much money from these 2 million views on this video, and they must doctor a video and not. Yeah, I'm not buying it. Show me the video, okay? Most likely, you doctor the video you're about to show me. Okay, there's too much at stake. Why would they do that? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, doesn't make any sense. When you seek prophets without spiritual guidance, you go collect. That's a fact. But we're talking about human beings, okay? We're talking about all of us, okay? All of us. We're capable of evil, we're capable of good. They're not relevant. What matters is your skill set around life, okay? What matters is your self-esteem, okay? There's always something going on in your life that the devil, yes, when I say devil, I don't mean the man, the devil, right, can use against you. There's always something going on. When you look around you, there's some activities that's going on that's not as pleasant as you would like it to be. The devil can come in and say, I can make this better for you. Right? Give me 2 chicken heads, right? 3 goat legs, right? And bring 2 fowls, guinea fowls, And after that, you give me 500K. We'll take care of it for you. There's more than enough people willing to do that. Okay, and by the way, they might even show you some kind of miracle. Okay, they might even they can show you some kind of miracle. They can also hypnotize you to thinking there's a miracle. They can do all sorts of things to get rid of you. Okay, because they need to get to the next customer. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Sold everything to join a cult? Yes, from America. An American. I think it's an American or maybe a Caribbean, something like that. Child, that pain hits differently after the documentary came to light. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. Some of us are too woke, even pastors don't like us. They won't because you're a threat, right? You're a threat. Rose, hello. Rose Ugu say, I have passed through so much from the hands of the so-called man of God. It's a struggle. It's a struggle everywhere. I don't believe them. Anyway, here's what I want to do. Right about now, we're going to round this section up. Okay. After I read this Igbo comment from Chinye. Onye ekwensu bu wete isi bia were isi, meaning the gift from the devil continues to demand something very substantial for you. Yeah. And the gift from God is everlasting. Like God prepares for his own. That's my personal belief, by the way. And it's sustainable. It's not something you have to keep paying for, you know. Church is now business, especially. But I bet you're woke. Oh. Forget that thing. You know, forget that thing. I think the church has always been a business. I don't think, you know, what we needed it to be is to be more than a business. The marriage, people always claim marriage is a business contract. Like, marriage has always been a business contract. It's not a business contract. It's a contract written to basically to be sustainable in a court of law, right? So the agencies are going to look at it in case of an incasity, like in case of conflict, right? But what you need your marriage to be is more than a contract. Like, nobody say marriage is just, it's not that deep. No, we never said that. We're saying you thinking it's just a contract, about you collect. It's much more than a contract.
Sorry, yo.
That's all we're saying. That's all we are saying. Anyway, I'm gonna come right back because we do have some videos to respond to. Before we continue, which one do you want first? You tell me. Do you want the Guru Maharaji first, or you want Bisola's interview from 4 years ago, or the Guru Maharaji from 1 year ago? Which one would you like first? You tell me and I'll pick one right now. Do you want the Guru Maharaji first, or you want the interview with Bisola? Which one do you want first? Tell me in the chat really quickly before I continue. Which one do you like first? Guru Maharaji or Bisola that we should react to? Which one? Tell me. D-Love, say Guru. D-Love, were you hiding? I don't remember seeing the chat from you. Shout out to D-Love. Guru, you want the Guru first? Okay, let's go to Guru. Nobody else is answering. We should go to Guru first. Misty said Guru. You should do Guru first. Okay, 1 year ago. Okay, so it's kind of fresh, you know. But Guru had some things to say. Yeah. All right, Guru. All right, we'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, so we're going to respond to this video, react to this video within the fair use guidelines. Shout out to Object TV Media. That's how he spells it on YouTube, you know. But I'm a fan, so his name is Shagun. So he's done these interviews in the past, but he's not as big as BBC, you know. So if BBC doctored their own video, there's no way that Shagun is doctoring, bringing Guru Maharaji to this desk right now. Or maybe Guru Maharaji is a hater. We'll see. But let's play this interview and then we'll talk about it.
Sure, was okay. But don't forget, there was a case. When I was detained in the Nigerian Correctional Center in Ikoyi, I met two of his disciples who claimed that they started the whole mission with him together.
All right. So he met some of TB Joshua's disciples when he was detained. Okay. This man had his own history. He has his own controversies too. But who is he? Guru Maharaj is he was born Muhammad Aji Robaton is a Yoruba man. Ibrahim is a Nigerian spiritual leader. He lives in Ibadan. He has declared himself to be a living perfect master. Guru Maharaj G, and is also called the Black Jesus. He says that he has power over all illnesses and all problems affecting humanity. He's 76 years old now. So that's what we're talking about. He's also respected by many, but it's also questioned, just like TB Joshua was questioned by many people, okay? But I don't know. I don't know what weight this is going to carry, but let's keep playing it, okay? So he met two, when he was detained, okay? He met two disciples from TB Joshua's camp at the time.
But when they demanded for something, that look, they want to go, he arrested them. And so I called the...
When they demanded they wanted to leave TB Joshua's business, they were arrested. That's what they claimed, they said.
Demanded for something, that look, they want to go, he arrested them. And so I called the chairman of the Human Rights Commission in Nigeria, based in Lagos, who is now a king in Ekpe. Ekpe, forgive me. That, look, Papa, you have to look into this matter. Now he went. He made the Oba of Ikotu Egbe. The Oba said, among other...
So Ikotu Egbe is where, that's where the church is located, and they met the Oba. Because he was making calls for these disciples, I guess, that he met in jail, right? Rose said, I wanted to be part of the synagogue, but my spirit won't let me. Listen, you're not alone, obviously. Let's keep going.
That look, Mati Omodeni told by Leyen, Oman Shebiomo, Amalenio, Agbaratide, Okiwojueno. Which means that when he first got there, he could listen to people, but now that the population is increasing, he doesn't. Eventually, he went and came back. So,
all right. So when they made a report to the Oba, who is the king of that environment, of that settlement, Ikotu Egbe, he said, well, when that guy came to collect land, he would listen. But now that he's gotten big, he doesn't listen to anybody anymore. Now, that's some of the things I want you to understand about power, right? I talk about power. I want you to understand power just as a thing. Just understand power. It can also get in anybody's head, and power can operate at any level. You can have millions of followers around the world like TB Joshua and Emmanuel TV, or you can be an individual. There's a certain level of power that you have right now, and just look at how you influence even your mother. If you say you are sick today, your mother will start getting concerned, or somebody that loves you. That is influence that you have, and that's a level of power. And sometimes when that gets in your head, you're not always aware. And that's why we have a number 4 here. Pride is something that has to be managed beyond just the obvious. I'm not an arrogant person. No, we're not talking about being arrogant or not, or being overtly arrogant. No, we're talking about the one it's not obvious. That part, yeah. So that's what he's talking about here. Like when he was new and he came to get land, he was very humble, but he doesn't listen to anybody anymore. One of the legacies of TB Joshua by many people is that he was a very humble guy. Don't get that twisted. That's one of the things that many people said about him. You know, but we know there's more to that story. So let's keep going.
So what I did.
Hello.
I don't do so for anything. I did that as a father for the 2 boys to be free. Yes, I did. The brothers are alive now. Even they are operating their churches.
So they have different churches. They left.
Church. Don't call Jesus. No. Jesus said in the Bible, when they ask him, Father, people are going their way. He said, leave them. When the time comes, they will know their father. That is what I did. Believe you me. I did not do anything more than that. Yes. And so eventually they went out. So no, in fact, even while when they were about to leave there, TB Joshua sent some men led by Mr. Johnson, somebody who was a military officer in Liberia, to kidnap them. I'm the one who...
Oh God. Some military officer from Liberia was allegedly sent by TB Joshua to go and kidnap them, led by some Mr. Johnson from Liberia.
And some men led by Mr. Johnson.
Wait.
No, in fact, even while when they were about to leave there, TB Joshua sent some men led by Mr. Johnson.
He didn't say alleged. He said they sent some men led by Mr. Johnson to go and kidnap them.
Somebody who was a military officer in Liberia to kidnap them. I'm the one who stopped it. Because I told them they cannot go out with him. And they said, that is it. And when the whole matters came up to that point, even the case of Income Bay, There's a program director,
Yeah. KOLA OLAWUYI.
OLAWUYI. Yeah.
So another person that people have been saying, have been talking, quote unquote, attacking TB Joshua for years, is now passed on. His name is KOLA OLAWUYI. He was the host of Nkombe on Lagos television. He had been talking about TB Joshua for a long time and all this quote unquote atrocities. Let BBC rest. That's I guess that's the point we can take away from this, right? This is not the way the Oyibo people trying to come for you. That's not what this is. This is where there's smoke. There's no smoke without fire. That's what this is. Okay. Let me read Toby and Tribe's comments. She said, went to boarding school in Festac. Our hostel was right next to his temple. Morning, afternoon, night, you can hear them singing and chanting. Interesting. Power corrupts, absolutely. Yes, power does that. Power will do that. And it's that's when Brother Ben was here a few days ago, we talked about that, like how difficult it is for the rich man to go through the needle eye. All right. It's basically it symbolizes how difficult it is once you start rising in society. You have to put extra work in your humility. It's just natural. It's just what it is. When a bunch of people start bowing to you, you have to put extra work into him. You start to feel like you're bigger than life. It's just how life works, okay? Even me, small me now, way they here. Shout out to all 80 of people watching me live right now. There's a certain level of additional level of humility I have to apply to myself when this many people are listening to me. I have to be held more accountable. I have more responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. The bigger we get here, the more the responsibility. So you have to make sure it's something you're prepared for. If you're not, you will end up committing atrocities. How? Why? You're just holy. No, nobody's holy past. Okay? All right. I was attracted to the charity that he was doing, but my spirit told me that it was fake. Charity can be used as a cover-up, of course, you know. Africans on the continent, especially the poor, ignorant, and desperate ones, are very idle. There's no work. There's no work. Part of the things they're praying for is work. You know, and work is always in front of us. The more problem you see around you, the more work is available. It's just that can you ascend to that level of enlightenment? Is that possible? I mean, you want another type of work that looks a different way. The work that's available in front of you, you can't do it, right? It's a very difficult thing for a lot of people to comprehend, to understand, you know. Mofra is chanting here. What were they chanting? Yes, so there's no smoke without fire. People has been speaking for years. Things are happening there, man. Yep. He's some sort of spiritualist, but they fashion their spirituality around the India traditions. They wear red and orange clothing. You're talking about Guru Maharaj. Let's keep playing it.
Yeah, I intervened and said, dude, there should be no fight. Why are we contesting? But because in the absence of the light, everybody, Muslim is fighting Christian, Christian they fighting this and that.
Exactly.
But Olawi, I don't know, he made a mistake by abandoning the far oracles that he was using. That's why he got caught up.
Oh.
Yeah, that is not even enough. There was a case that I intervened between Professor Pella. Professor Pella said among the...
Professor Pella is another person. How many people remember Professor Pella, the magician, right? So that's another person. He said they all call up in each other. Lagos is a very small place, just in case you don't know. Amongst the powerful, Lagos is a very small place. They will rub each other off the wrong way. You know, pride will enter. Like, I'm bigger than you, you're bigger, you're smaller than me. Sometimes it's very covert, the way they do it. Some of them are very humble, but let me tell you something. This thing gets in people's head. It does. So he's suggesting now that KOLA OLAWUYI got caught up in that. That's probably what happened to him because it's no longer here too. Nkombe, that was the title of his show at the time. Nkombe, which means, how do you say that in? There's no way to properly say that in. Direct translation is there is things. There are things, but it doesn't make sense in English. Nkombe. Can somebody help me when you say Nkombe? D-Love, come and help me small. D-Love always help me Yoruba. What's Nkombe in English? How would you say that in English? Okay, I'll continue while we wait.
Ó ní agbára kan tí mo fún ọmọdé tó jẹ́ pé ìròyìn Professor Pella. Professor Pella said among others pé ó ní agbára kan tí mo fún ọmọdé.
Professor Pella said, among others, there's a power that I gave this boy. How old was Professor Pella? I want to see how much older, because when he's saying Omodei, he must be much older than them, right? Professor Pella, he's gone now for a long time. He died as far back as 1997. He was born in 1941, much older, so maybe about like 10 years. He was quite young too. Interesting. Professor Pella was a powerful creature. Okay, it was a magician. It was known for magic, but they know him for other things too, right? Nkombe is what? Wonders. Thank you, Brother Patrick. I knew you were there. I forgot you were there, sir. Nkombe means, hold on. Nkombe, wonders. Wonderful. There are wonders in this world. You know, all of this is about signs and wonders, right? There are wonders in this world. Things are happening. I like this one too. Things are happening. Yes, things are happening. Thank you, Jerry. Mr. say, Ola, you have to pay a fee for Yoruba translation. I know. I will. Could it mean things are happening in this context? Yes, it means that things are happening. Things they occur. That's another one that I like. Things are happening. Of course, D-Love had my back. Misty is asking me for money now. I remember he used to have lots of white folks right in the front seat at the synagogue during his service. That was part of the packaging. Of course, you have to place the white people in front. African people. Our problems are deep. When I see the way he dressed, I suspected Hindu. Yeah, all the red stuff. That's what it was. It's a spirituality. A lot of Christians don't like the idea of Guru Maharaj, by the way. Okay, they even have a song around it. Okay, they even have a song. Not the Jesu Timo Pata Emi Omo Jesu Agege. There was a Jesu Agege. Was Guru Maharaj Jesu Agege? No, he was in Ibadan. Okay, there's another Jesu Igbo or Jesu Agege. Anyway, Yoruba people thought the name of Jesus was actually Jesu. Like, forget Jesus. Jesu. Struggle. African people. Our problems are deep. I remember Guru Maharaj as a kid. His house was next to our school. Oh, really? Even the mafia does a lot of charity work. Yes, the mafia give away turkeys every year. They do. Yeah. But Patrick said, Ola, please drop your link. I have a story about TB Joshua. Awesome. I'm going to do that right away for you, Brother Patrick. I'm going to do that right away. While we're waiting for you, I'm going to keep playing this video. It's almost done.
Let me use that language. Now, among others, only agbára kan tí mo fún ọmọdé tó jẹ́ pé ìròyìn wọlé. Let me use that language. Now, owó tí a charge 5 million, mo fẹ́ gba 15 million.
So Professor Pella said there's a power I gave this young man. You know, instead of 5 million, I want to, among others, instead of 5 million, I want 15 million.
That I intervene between Professor Pella. Professor Pella said, among others, ó ní agbára kan tí mo fún ọmọdé tó jẹ́ pé ìrìn wọlé.
I didn't hear that. Did you guys hear that? Tó jẹ́ pé ìrìn wọlé. There's a power I gave this young man. I'm not hearing what he said that.
Ó ní agbára kan tí mo fún ọmọdé tó jẹ́ pé ìrìn wọlé.
I didn't hear
Let
it.
me use that language. Now, owó tí a charge 5 million, mo fẹ́ gba 15 million.
He said the money we charge him 5 million, I want 15 million naira. 15 million at that time, because Professor Pella passed away as far back as 1997. 15 million back in 1997. Inwin is masquerade, but I don't know. Did he say Inwin something? I know Inwin is a monster or something like that.
They discussed. I said, okay, something will happen. Within the following week or so,
he said something will happen.
Professor Pella has been killed.
Within the following week, they said Professor Pella has been killed. They didn't say it's him. He's just narrating story.
Jerry, that made so many things.
I see you, sir. I'll come right to you in a minute.
In fact, I did ask. And not only that, I must say it here because I'm a father and I have to say it because it is affecting the lives of so many Nigerians, particularly the Atlantis children. In Matiya, Chief MKO Abiola,
Chief MKO Abiola's wife, when they were after her and they wanted to kill her. Okay, I'm guessing this is not Symbiote. This is the other one. What's her name? Anyway, yeah. Let me bring Brother Patrick. She might even just tell me. Brother Patrick, sir, how are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Good evening. Maybe
good evening.
Talking about Kudirat Abiola.
Kudirat, yes. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year, Ola.
Yes, sir. Hey, hold on. I keep a short video.
Okay.
Yeah, Kudirat Abiola, yes. Because she was the one involved in politics.
Oh, TB Joshua.
She went to TB Joshua.
You need a power.
Instead of him to tell her that, wait, you need power. This thing is bigger than you.
Power. Spiritual power.
Spiritual power. Instead, he rubbed Bible on her head. Kudirat was supposed to be a Muslim. Well, the Muslim we practice in Yoruba land all the way up to 1997, probably potentially up to now, was not really Muslim. Some people are Muslims, some people are Christian, but they still go and do the traditional powers, which is why that's one of the reasons why we're all up in this mess. People are doing multiple things at the same time because what they're really looking for is just power to manipulate others. That's what it comes down to, Let me continue. That's how he said. That's how they killed Kudirat Abiola. Right? He just wrote Bible and he said everything is okay. And then he's saying that if she came to see him, they won't be able to get to her. He said if they had come to her, that they would have run away because he said when there is light, darkness will flip over, right? There's no, I don't know. Yeah, light replaces darkness, something like that.
Ní Bíbélì ó sọ pé mo wà pẹ̀lú yín kò sí tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ màá yè lórí pé I am free. I'm not against anybody. Why should my life to be taken away? So all those things put together, there are many other people have with him. And then when he came to the point of touching people's head and rolling on the floor, I said, no, Baba, you are going too far. In Europe, in America, it won't hear. Tell them that you are using African power. That's why it's happening like that.
Yeah, but American people are now borrowing it and they're using it because they see it as an opportunity to manipulate other people too. But that's story for another day.
Don't deceive. They are not happy that you are performing wonders in Ifa, Ogun, Oya, Shango, and you are giving the credit to Jesus.
Hey!
Hey! You can't do that.
See, everybody some people think this is about against Christianity. No, the concept is bigger than just the idea of one religion. It's about what Chinye just said. Oil and water don't mix. Have you ever been inside of a lab, chemistry lab, back then, that time in SS1, where you do titration and they tell you do this way, and you see reaction, right? There's some things that say, if you are going to put them together, you better know what you are doing because it might end you. That's what he's saying, right? He said he was taking power from Ifa, Ogun, Oya, all these different deities and powers that are everywhere in Africa, and he was giving the credit to Jesus. That they will not be happy, not Jesus, that those powers will not be happy. You probably never have peace of mind. This issue is even bigger than sexual assault and all this kind of stuff. These are extremely powerful people. That's what you need to understand. If you're going to defend a TB Joshua, be careful. That person said it on the comment earlier. Be careful what you don't know what you are defending. You don't know. You have no idea. If you are going to defend Baba Adeboye, Emma, calm down. If you are going to defend Oyedepo, calm down. You don't know these people like that. What they should have done, they probably have done a good job at pointing you to Jesus. You need to have a direct relationship with him. If you don't have that, they've done a terrible job. If all you are doing is defending men of God, which is what Nigerians tend to do, you missed it. They did a terrible job.
Only
So
when
the
you
nutshell,
know the
Joshua was using African powers, but
No.
acknowledging Jesus.
That's it. That's
He was using African powers and giving the credit to
to
Jesus.
grow, get to university, be a minister, a governor, and I, your father, will be in a tattered house. The whole world will what? Will swear on that child. Those are the reasons that he departed like that. Because
They're saying that's why he departed. He's talking about why he passed like that. That's what he's saying. That's his opinion, Sha, at least.
he did not prove that the power he's using is African.
All right. I'm gonna end that right there, right, really quickly. I'll be right back with Brother Patrick because he has a story to share with us. Before I move on to that, what are your thoughts about this? This is not about just the sexual assault allegations. It's bigger than that. I keep telling you, this is about your mindset. It's about your mindset. If anybody's going to introduce you to God, tell them to help you with a personal relationship with God. If they can't do that, it's not going to work as we move forward. It's not going to work. This old beast of this experience we're having right now, the human experience, is another animal entirely. That thing that was done 20, 30, 40, 50, 200 years ago is not sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable in your relationships. It's not sustainable in your real life. It's not sustainable in marriage. It's not sustainable in any position you're in. You need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to think beyond right and wrong. You need to start thinking beyond right and wrong. You need to remain a student of that for the rest of your life, because we're in uncharted territories and things are changing so fast, right? There's so much uncertainties everywhere that you need to be on your toe. That doesn't mean you shouldn't rest. In fact, what I'm saying is that relax. All that thing you carry on your head, like, relax, okay? Engage yourself. There's so much more about yourself you need to learn, and that will help you withstand this thing we are getting, this new era we're entering right now. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Ooh, girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, we're right back. We have Brother Patrick with us. This person, Misty said, you can't mess with those deities. They will take you and your entire family if you cross them. Their price is high. Yeah. Brother Patrick, sir, how are you, sir? How you been? How have you been?
Yeah, hola.
Sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
Yeah, I'm great.
That's good.
I've been busy these days. It's a new year. So.
I know. I understand.
Yeah, you know, I've been following the TB Joshua saga. I didn't even finish one of the episodes, the video. But you know what I'm going to advise Nigerians is that they should learn. They should educate themselves with TB Joshua saga. Yeah, especially the young ones. You know, I'm going to give you some example. I'm sure we know Fela and we know Fela lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah. I was in the 70s when Fela was still in where he was killed, Kalakuta Republic. I know the place. That was the place. We trekked down there. I was born in that area.
Okay.
Yes. I know Professor Fela very well. We play soccer with the children. I know where it comes from. I know the wife. Yes. And I know TB Joshua. I live in Bisola. It's about 20 minutes drive to continue to work TB Joshua. I knew when TB Joshua started his ministry, everything. I know people that have gone to TB Joshua, this and have fight. because that guy is fake, Ola.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, he's a fake guy. He's diabolical.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, he set people up, and we should be wise. I'm going to give you an example. Fella was, he's called Abameda. Maybe you know what
Right.
Abameda.
Right.
Fella wasn't hiding his phone. He was worshiping idol. He has many wives.
Right.
And many girls even cry after Fella's death that had HIV. Fella is clear. We Africans from from Calcutta Republic to African Shrine,
Mm-hmm.
the one at Ujelegba, and his children are still living. Fella is a legend. And people that died there, many parents cried. They lost their daughter in Fella Shrine. Many children walk out of the house, they went to Fella, and they had or they died. Fella married them, they cried. That's Fella's lifestyle.
Yeah.
He didn't hide it from anybody.
He didn't hide it. Yeah.
Yes, his lifestyle, people. I'm going to give you an example. The outside is there too. Reverend is outside. Even though he died young, everybody knew what this man did. We still watch his tape. When his ministry in America, wearing his father, his children are still there, the church are still there. How he started. He has his own history. The documentary is still there up till now. Nobody ever accused the other that he did so and so. He's always there. He's been coming to America since 70-something or whatever.
Yes, forever. Yeah.
But this particular guy, my brother, the one that pains me is, he messes up underage kids, women, vulnerable women, mess them up. You can't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care your title. When you cross that, that line, no. This man went too far.
You went too far.
Yes, that is unacceptable. And one other thing, this man fired a lot of people. Sonny Okosun, wait, you know Sonny Okosun? He's my uncle. This man brought Sonny Okosun from America. I was taking treatment. Come there.
Sonny Okosun is your uncle?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, he's my uncle. Very nice guy.
I'm the biggest fan of Sonny Okosun. Every now and then I still roll back to go and listen to Sonny Okosun. Both the one, especially the ones before he became a born again Christian. I started launching the gospel albums.
Yes, people that had cancer, terminal disease, this man would say they should come there. He put them on the limelight that he can cure, and these people would die. Dora Akinyoli or whatever.
Dora Akinyoli, yeah, the recent one. That's recently.
No, she was there too for Ili. He took to the river or whatever.
Oh my God.
He just used them as front. He set up a video to put those people there to tell them. He has a way of scamming people. That guy, I don't know. He's a real scammer. He's so diabolic. He uses flag. This thing I'll be calling the name of Jesus. I know he does charity just to cover up. He gives them money. But the atrocity that guy has, performed. Oh my God. My God, uncle have been going to. He's very close to my uncle. But what would I go and do in synagogue? People, he's my age mate. They call him Tokwe,
Yeah. Temi Tokwe.
Yeah, he's my age mate.
Joshua,
yeah. What is? I know he just play on people's intelligence and just mess up people's life. I know many people that fight going there for healing. Yes. Everything he does, set up his camera, do this. And no. Man, nobody should just be saying that nobody, BBC is not fighting Christianity. Don't let us be ignorant of that and just be no. What's it called? BBC took time to do the underground work, talk to people.
Right.
The people that we are talking are people that work for this man, that knows this man. All those young guys have been there. Even Guru Maharaj, they are of the same sex. Who cares about Guru Maharaj that is talking about Tokwe now? They are bird of the same feather.
Guru Maharaj too, right?
Yes. All their dirty liner will soon be washed. Will wash in public. This guy messed up people's lives. People. I had a friend that before he died, before he died, my friend stopped going there. This my friend would leave his house 4 o'clock in the morning, and by the time they get there, the place is jam packed already. And in his video, he doesn't show where they are taking offering, but they take offering 3 times during his service. And never for once, I pass there every time. What will I go and do there? This liar, you know what I mean? This liar. Now, people just open their eyes and just before I just look at people. BBC has nothing to do with Christianity. This is just a documentary. They took their time to do investigative journalism, and they've been doing this for more than 1 year. They took time to talk to people.
Yeah, they do this all the time. This just happened to be the story that we are watching. This is what they do. That's why, and the guys suggested that they doctor the video. I was like, what are you talking about? They doctor the video. Why would they want to risk all their whole business to doctor videos? That doesn't make any sense.
This man has different places that he takes people to. Why? For what? Yes, he has different rivers that he takes people to. People somehow. I told Sunday Okosu that that one had prostate cancer. He was in America taking treatment. He asked him to calm down. He's going to treat him. Come on. A lot of people are crying. I know of a woman, family friend that crying went there. That woman is from his place. She's from Arigidi, Akoko. Woman crying, never did anything. A lot of people cry. Well, I don't know. This man used black magic to he worship all kind of idol. He has gone into serious. I don't know where he got his power. I will never be under that person. But you know, people that need him because of their ignorance, they don't know him. I know Professor Pella very well. He's from your state, from his saying. I know his house in Pangu. That was where I was born. I know his children and everybody. So it doesn't mean they do a documentary about fella now. You say BBC is lying. Who told you BBC is lying?
Yeah, even the fella one, the day they drag, you know, everybody hail fella now as a legendary Afrobeat and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
The day they decide to start ousting stuff, it might get very dirty, you know.
Yes, let them do that. They are talking about
it might get very dirty.
Now, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And then they will say, they never talk about their own. Like, wait, they talk about Michael Jackson. Don't forget. Avi Hanstein, the more recent guy. That's a white person.
Yes.
You know?
Look at the video this that came out. So we should just educate ourselves, open your eyes. Where you go to, where you allow your children to go to.
Yeah.
This guy was there molesting underage kids, messing up with women, innocent women, because of their vulnerability. Who does that?
Yeah.
I want the wife to come out. They're talking about it. I want the wife to come out and defend him. I want all those, what's it called? All those trained wise men, Chi and whatever. Let them come out and tell us where they got their power. You know what I mean? The people who are trained.
Let me address this really quickly. Inner World said, I like your videos, but with this, I'm not in support. I work in Squan. Pray God to open your spiritual eyes to see. Yeah, even the last part, I was going to really address it honestly, but the last part of your statement is given. It's given. But I'm open. I dropped the link if you want to come and tell us a little bit more about what you know, because you're close. See, as you know, I did on the fence.
Yes, you are right.
It's not just you said what?
Let him
come up. Yes. Yeah, please come up and tell us what you know. But it's not just TB Joshua or Squan we're talking about. This is just what's trendy. What we're talking about is spiritual leaders, even in quote-unquote Pentecostal church, that are taking advantage of the vulnerable. That's what we're talking about. Many of them are in a ward. They will be ousted. Many of them all of their dirty laundries are going to come out in the open. It's not a curse. It's just what's going to happen. Look, it's not just Christianity. Look at what's happening with Didi. Look at the old story that came out with TD. I'm not saying they did anything. What I am saying is that you're going to see more of these types of stories. Okay?
Yes,
so please feel free to come up and tell us what you know. We're just learning. Yeah.
We are not BBC. This guy in prison now. This musician, what's his name?
Which one? R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
So this is not just about the clergy. We're talking about people that have power.
Yeah.
And they misuse it.
Yeah.
You need to understand that this is about human beings, period. When you have access to too much power, the scripture said it itself. It's going to be difficult it's like how difficult it is for the camel to enter the needle eye. It will be difficult for you. You have to be, when you are given the amount of power that you almost are like God. It's just what it is, So, just come and do your own shalaye of what you know. Maybe to help us, Maybe God will use you to open my spiritual eyes. How about that?
Yes. Let me give you a very simple, back in Nigeria then. In the 90s, I was doing computer education, introduction to computer. I was doing executive training.
Okay.
So some of the big CEOs will say I should come. Have a training. That will be maybe after 5, maybe 1 hour before they go. One CEO, the man he was baptizing his workers. You know what I mean? It was when I got there that I caught it. Oh my God! So this man does this.
Yeah.
He will just relax, bad trick. But as a smart guy now, I caught him right down there with one of the lady working with him. Oh my God!
You're a pastor by God's grace, Brother Patrick. Even me, I have personal stories, but because I'm the convener of this platform, and they are close to family, right? It's everywhere. Yeah. It's not just Christianity. It's not just Muslim. Anywhere where you have human beings have access to not the usual amount of power, they will commit atrocities, including BBC. Yeah. BBC gossip will get exposed. They get dragged all the time. They have legal departments.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to pay attention to. Not that somebody is dragging your pastor. Your pastor will get dragged because he obviously was a great man. But he was a great man that has all kind of dirty stuff in his laundry. That's what we're talking about. If he wasn't a great man, nobody would be talking about him. Does that make you feel better? No, it doesn't. Because we don't want that kind of legacy. Obviously, we don't want our reputation tarnished. And that's what we're talking to. If God is going to uplift you and elevate you too, at that point, you need to understand that it's not the end of the journey. Now you need to walk on the other side, which is let it not get into your head. Because nobody only pass. Go ahead, sir. Oh, yeah, before you go, Ina was saying, okay, there's a big crusade coming up in UK 2024 by the TB Joshua wife, and they don't want it. So pray. Those people are liar, but I'm happy because that publicity. Yeah. Stop the cap. No, people are going to be liberated. That's what we're about. People are going to be liberated. Nothing is going to stop that. No crusade is going to stop people from the liberation they need. Yeah. From this unnecessary powers greats that be, because people are better off when they don't have to worship other men. Go ahead, sir.
So some people are saying that tarnishing the image of Nigeria. That's nothing to do with Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes. It is what BBC saw, and if they find out that they can take them to court and
Yeah. You can take them to court now, Yes. Shout out to Obsidian Order. Thank you for the $10, bro. Thank you. Yeah.
And take the couple. You know, like I said, well, I just want people to take time and learn.
Mm-hmm.
Learn because to learn, we have children, we have kids, we
Yeah.
have family that we can educate and say, don't do this, don't let's take this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I wasn't happy with the guy. The record of people that fight through him and all those things.
Yeah, so many stories of people that went there, their hopes were up. So many people, stories of people that came back home, they stopped using their medicine,
Yeah.
and they ended. And so many, even high-profile people.
High profile, the high profile, that's what I'm saying. He kind of put them up front.
Yeah.
People say, oh, these are people going to let me go there. One guy here in America, they are from Liberia. His father is a pastor. The father is diabetic. He pied in Nigerian airport at the airport because he was going to see this guy.
Yeah.
He didn't take his medication. The man pied Nigeria at the airport in Nigeria. Meantime, I'm at the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that one I don't really no.
I want to hear inner words, Sha, but the link is in the chat. I want to hear what what he or she has to say. Please feel free. It's a safe space. We will hear you, and and we won't judge what you have to say. What we've said Brother Patrick, since we've been covering this, we highlighted that many people that went to that church were in a vulnerable place. Many people have nkombe, right? There are things happening, and people they need answers. And no matter, like I said, nobody holy pass. No matter how strong in faith or in your religion you think you are, if you have serious life crisis, you will want answers from anywhere. Even ordinary, let me not say ordinary eye. If somebody say they can open your eyes, you would want to give them that chance to try their thing on you, to lay their hands on you, just to see. So we can't judge anybody that goes there. But if he took advantage of the vulnerable, violates them sexually, no, it's not me judging you. You are judged. It's not me judging you. This is you're dangerous to society. Your legacy is dangerous to society even long after you're gone. Because there are people that will continue to believe that this is what it was. And unfortunately, we can't just allow that. And it's not even us. The way social media is moving, social media is mad. It's not your mate. It will expose everything. It will expose everybody. People will start recalling you. There are people, look at the Emeka Ike story. Like, again, not to bring Emeka Ike story into sexual assault stuff, I'm sorry. But if you remember, the boy said that he started questioning himself, like, why am I lying that I never saw my mother? People can be manipulated at that level, where to the point that they literally have been conditioned to forget what happened to them. That's how fickle, how small the human brain is. But they will hurt other people. Because hurt people hurt people. They will end up hurting other people. Yes, sir.
Before I forget, our problem in Africa is like we don't ask questions. My question is, what fired this guy?
Yes. Because Guru Maharaj just gave us a theory. Do you know what fired him? Do you have an idea? Can you tell us, was he sick? Was he treating cancer? Or it was just mysterious?
I didn't even know when Guru Maharaj said it, but that's my question.
He said it now. He said that the gods are probably angry with him because he was giving the credit of all these different gods to Jesus. That's what he was saying when he said that.
Oh, these people that know his background are talking now. You know how he started.
Exactly. You were there. There are many people also speaking like you that were there, that heard, people that visited there, people that are telling their story, say, hey, listen, Jim Ike took his mother there. The mother ended up dying. In addition to the humiliation he got from being on that platform.
Yes, I saw the now when they were, That's what the guy do now. The guy would just focus the video on you, do all kind of something on you as a spotlight.
I've given Jim Ike as example twice here, and in good lights. I think that's the person that God has opened his eyes spiritually. That's an example of a person that God has opened his eyes spiritually. He talked about having to forgive TB Joshua. That is the person that their eyes are opened spiritually.
You don't coerce people, you manipulate people for your own favor. No. Why should you set camera on people and not do? You're supposed to ask first. You understand?
Yes.
You can't do that. Supposed to ask, can I use camera on you? Can I do this? Before they step in, you quash them, you put them on spotlight so that they can feature them and say, the mic was here, the mother was here, Zebudaya was there.
Yeah, because that gets people coming. People coming.
Very good. Zebudaya was there to that man.
Zebudaya. That's
So I don't know.
Maybe you can answer this question, sir, from Chidi. Chidi said, how about people that got their deliverance, sir?
Well, why not? Why not? Who knows how they got delivered?
So, before I said earlier on,
I only care by Beelzebub by the power of Beelzebub. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Guru Maharaj just said he used other powers. You can get the issue here is deception. It's not that if there is signs and wonders or not. I think we're mixing too many we're mixing too many things together. Anybody, any devil, any evil spirit can give you signs and wonders. It's just that it usually will cost you a lot more if it's not coming from inside, from the God inside. Okay, it will cost you a arm and a leg if it's coming from the outside, right? But what we're saying is that this man his moves were questionable for a long time. Look, the media, he knew how media worked. Do you not understand? Forget the spiritual stuff. He understood how media worked and he used it to manipulate you. And that's why you're asking this question still. This question is not relevant to the topic. It's not relevant to the topic. It's completely irrelevant. Because nobody is questioning if there was deliverance that happened.
You use people's money for charity.
That's the whole point of the charity too. They filmed it. All of it. So that's the answer to your question. It's not relevant. That's the answer. God gave us all free will to discern and make choices willingly. If the devil himself came out today with his full chest, people will still willingly follow him. Now, so people be exactly. And we're not going to judge them for that, but they should not take advantage of the vulnerable at a large scale. They will be held accountable. All their legacy will be held accountable. If you watch the documentary, a lot of that alleged delivery was staged. Very sickening. Yes, they were staged. They prepared them. They told them, don't you dare walk until the man of God lay hands on you. That's what his followers said. The followers that he trained. He must have done a terrible job training them because they are telling on him. That's what we're saying. Okay. They will say, don't you dare walk, because the man of God will not lay hands on you. Because if the man of God sees you walking before time, he won't lay hands on you. And these people, of course, they want people to lay hands on them. It is what it is, Not to finally woke up. Says talking about not taking meds. Remember, I told you my dad is a big TBJ follower and secretly visiting the synagogue. We did not know my dad was diabetic until he got into a coma and passed away 5 days. That is real. Okay, I'm going to drop that link one more time. That is a real supporter of this platform. We just said that.
I just said that the person that died at the airport was diabetic.
Yep. So we want to believe he was away and did not tell anyone because he believed he was healed. There you have it. Not just TB Joshua. There are many Christians that practice that in Nigeria. They stop taking their medication. They have a conflict in their head with medicine. Right? Medicine as discovered through research and studies by human beings, and they conflict that with spirituality. That's a real struggle in Nigeria. Do you not understand? There's nothing to defend here. This is just what we see happening. But I'm all ears if you want to come up. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, love. He really messed up people's lives and families. Yeah. Darkness and light do not mix. Which kind of deliverance? Brand new to food. Good to see you. With an unclean spirit, you will get temporary deliverance and then the spirit will come back. Listen, if it's not just healing from a physical standpoint, healing emotionally. If it's not coming from inside, if you don't do the work, if work is not involved, if it's just flip it just happened. It's not going to last. This is like a principle of life, period. If work is not anything that's worthwhile in life, requires work. So the idea that somebody will snap a finger and it happens, it's cool, it's nice when it happens, it's called miracle. If it happened every day, it wouldn't be called miracle. If it cannot happen every day, then it's not exactly useful for humanity. Because people get obsessed with it and they don't do the work they're supposed to do. This is true at relationship level. This is true at macro level in terms of government, societies, your own community, how you train your kids. We're talking about what you're going to teach your kids. You need to teach them that work must happen in order for them to enjoy lasting joy. This is not about your religion. You're missing it. You're missing it. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. The same thing that happened with my dad, Mofresh said. He got so sick from diabetes because TB instructed him to stop taking his meds. I'm not making this up. I'm sorry. I don't even know. The only person I've met in real life is Natu.
We are saying this now, Ola, because
yes, sir.
We have people that were involved. I just told you about my uncle, Sonny Koshu and all those things. No, these people drag people to a place to showcase their kids, ask them not to do this. Come on. We are not dumb. And that's why I say I want people to learn from the story. This is 21st century, especially our young ones. Don't allow to die hard. TB Joshua be saying, hey, no, they don't know what they're talking about. We've seen cases. I just talk about, what's it called? Professor Pella. The people say, Professor Pella is wedding. If you go to a bigger mansion with beds, people are saying, even say he used magic to carry, cocaine to abroad to go and sell and all those things. We heard about those stories. These are people that I know. I see them. I know them. I know Fela when I was young. So we should learn from history and stop saying, like right now, life now, people can put a body camera.
Yes.
Yes. And record everything that you will not even know.
Everything is going to be exposed. Everything.
Everything.
And if you don't know how to live life without doing secret stuff, you're not going to last, especially if you're a powerful person.
And meanwhile, this guy is giving people instruction to do this. These are the people that will sell you out after. Even in Africa, people need money.
Oh, God.
Yes. I didn't know the people coming out talking about it. Do they put gun on their head?
There's no, but Patrick, no one should be in a place where they're arguing with, we want you to have a personal relationship with your own God. Why would you need to argue with that? Just think about it for a second. What is it about you that's making you argue with, I need to have a personal relationship with the God inside of me, not the one that lives on Pluto, on the other planet, or some Orioke somewhere, or in somebody's four-wall church. The one inside of you, right? Other people can help you connect with the God inside of you, yes. But at some point, they have to give you the autonomy. They have to give you the agency. They have to give you the free will. Because honestly, that's the only thing that lasts. Why would they need to tell you that you shouldn't be? A lot of time, they camouflage it under the word obedience. Obedience was something I fought for a long time. Not because I hate obedience. I know what obedience means in the dictionary. Because I'm aware that it's used to manipulate so many people. Obedient. Once you start hearing it multiple times over, they're obsessed with it. They're just trying to manipulate you into, they need to subdue you so you can stay under them. And it's their shortcoming too. Because if they know how life works, how power works, they really don't have, that's actually going to work against them. Because they're not going to have true discipleship. They will have people that will come out 20 years later to come and tell on them. Because it wasn't real in the first place. Cocaine last. They talk about, there's a Ọlọ́run àtijọ́, báwo ló ṣe máa ń sọ sá? Ọlọ́run àtijọ́ ló máa ń pẹ́ dájọ́.
Yeah,
Social media, Lanso, you will be ousted. You need to learn how to enjoy your life without manipulating other human beings. Now the message is to pastors. If you don't learn that, it's a matter of time. And if you committed anything in the last 30 years, you will be ousted. If you are powerful enough, it's too late. You'll be ousted.
Yeah. It's not even peculiar to Nigeria. It's everywhere. You can see this.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Even our leaders, politicians, and everybody too. So.
Yeah. Dennis said this is a very straight logic. If TB Joshua got his powers from the African gods, how come no other person in Nigeria has been able to be endowed with such powers? There are many. You didn't listen to everything we said. Just for that, okay, this is a special gift from me to you. You didn't listen to anything we've said. Just go and rewind and watch, okay? Obsidian says, are you familiar with placebo? The placebo effect is when a person's physical and mental health appears to improve after taking a placebo or dummy treatment. Yes, that is a real thing.
You know, this man said only water for thousands of naira. People buy a mass.
Yes.
Water that cure everything, all kind of problems, sickness. It says only water.
Yeah, and people will buy them.
You think they sell out immediately?
Immediately.
They are all sold out.
Again, for obvious reasons. People are vulnerable. They need answers.
Yes, right.
But we have people that were not wise enough to see the future. They were just wise enough for that moment to take advantage of other people. Okay?
Ola, you know the problem that made everything to linger till now. Because it was not questioned. And it has to do with our press in Nigeria. Because all that documentary I've watched even before the death of this man, it was it's just like
so sorry not to. I forgot you there. I really did. God will not forget you.
Azazera, what's it called? Azazera.
Those guys. Yeah, they're in the Middle East, right?
Yes. I've watched different documentaries about pastors from the Far East, Africa. Selling this thing that Azazera went there to do documentary on them.
Yeah.
Because TB Joshua has a kind of wall. Buhari was there. Buhari went to visit him.
Yeah. When the building collapsed, Jonathan went to visit him.
You see,
even though it was illegal and the coroners declared that they were criminals that should be called to justice.
Yes,
the Lagos State coroner did that.
Yes. So.
Yeah, Natu.
Let's go from Natu.
But Patrick, Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
What are you eating? You're not about to play a Sheon Kuti. You're not about to do Sheon Kuti or not right now.
Indomie.
Okay. Indomie generation.
You remember I told you guys that my dad bought that holy water for me too.
Yeah.
My dad bought. No, I didn't take it. I just took it not to break his heart. I took it from him not to break his heart, but I didn't take it.
Right. It was a father who cared.
Yeah, when I was in secondary school, I used to have this teacher that I learned something from her. She's like, no pastor has to give you something for you to believe that it will work. If our kids are sick, she'll take water and pray for the water and give them, and they will take and feel better. I'm not joking. Do you understand? So she said you are also your own minister. Like you can also do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're talking about it with my siblings, like we were suspecting that was what happened because he never told us. The only thing that I remembered was that I think 3 months before he passed, he started talking. Sometimes he goes off. So I told my cousin that was a consultant. I said, I think that is going a little bit off. Maybe they should run some tests. So he went to my cousin. I don't know what happened to what transpired between the two of them. And he didn't go back. He didn't tell me that he did not go back. It was after this guy passed that I found out that the money I gave for that test and the MRI was never done. So when we now found out that like this guy has sneaked and went to the synagogue like 2 or 3 times. I'm not even joking. So that's when we started tracing back and we're like, you know what? Maybe this guy didn't go to that place and he was told not to take meds or tell anyone that he's healed. So he believed he was. So he was there at home taking all the stuff that he was not supposed to take because he believed he was normal. So until he was sick for 1 week, and then he went into coma the following week. And everybody started saying, how can he go? Is he diabetic? We said, no. They're like, no, something is off. That he cannot go into coma just like that. Just from like having your blood pressure just went up, came down, and then he went to a coma. That was when we found out that he was diabetic. And 5 days later, he passed. But you can't watch any station in our house. It's manual TV 247. You turn it on. I'm telling you, if I call the house, I'm like,
I told you about the store I went to here now in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It was a manual TV, all like, okay.
I'm like, why is the TV so loud? They just say it's your father. It's your father. And I'm the only one that can tell my dad to reduce his voice. I'm like, Daddy, why is your TV so loud? He's like, we are praying. So if I just come in prayer, I can just join it. I'm like, no, I'm not joking. My dad was an ardent follower. Like, ooh. So we suspected that when he passed. We suspected that was what happened. For sure, I know he was aware he had it, but he didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody. But the holy water, he bought it for me. He was even telling me, if you have somebody coming, this man was bugging me. So when I came, he now said, keep it well. Drink it is very effective. But people have been taking, and many good things have been happening to them. I said, okay, Daddy, I hear you. So I just took it not to break his heart. I'm like, oh, bro, don't stress me out.
Yeah.
But,
yeah,
imagine because you want to do that, you told your wife you're going to the village. So he told my mom he was going to the village. So apparently him and one of my neighbors planned that they went. So the day he was supposed to come, my mom was cooking. And my nephew was like, Mom, whose food is that? Can I eat it? She was like, no, that's your grandfather's food. He like, the heater is coming back today. She said, yes. He was like, eh. So he didn't want to go to my dad's bubble until my dad passed. Our neighbor came to greet my mom. He was like, well done. No. I'm the one that me and my husband went to the synagogue with daddy in Lagos. My mom was like, huh?
Oh my God.
Bro, it's not even funny, but it is well.
Yeah. I'm going to play this video. I want you guys to sit tight. I'm going to play this video. This is the real reason for the title. We're just going to call it D, just for the sake of Brother Patrick. It's Wednesday, Hump this D. This was Bisola, one of the ladies that was on the platform. I'll be right back. Let's play that video and then we'll round up.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, I'm gonna play the video. Again, this is from Objective Media.
So, but there was a candlelight, and he was sitting on a kind of couch. He was tying a white towel.
You think this is the usher to his office this time?
No, the same place. So he was having this white towel around his waist. So I thought maybe he was preparing for service. You understand? Maybe he wants to go to the shower or he's just coming out. But, I couldn't enter properly. I was just at the door because I saw something. That's what made me to stand at the door. And I knelt down at the door. Then he said I should come. Because of what I saw, his towel shifted and his manhood was there. So I bent my face down because I thought maybe...
So that you won't see the man of God.
No. Maybe, I thought maybe it was unintentional so that I would not embarrass him. So I just knelt down by the door and, put my... He said I should come, that, that I should not be afraid of him. That when I was outside, I should just come, that he trusts me, that he will be father to me. So as I was just saying, yes, sir, he stretched out and dragged my hand. So why I knew it was intentional was that as he dragged my hand, he placed my hand on his...
Jesus.
On his...
God.
Not on the man of God.
I understand.
On his manhood. So, and he was using my hand to massage. So I stiffened. Yeah. No, I didn't hold on to him. It's like, somebody hold you and drag you, but you were,
resisting it.
Yeah. you are reluctant. Because number one, I was thinking that this is not that I was a saint then, but I was thinking that this holy ground, if I do this, what about those people waiting outside for miracle? I believe that this is a sin. If this happened, he may not be able to. That's my own mentality. So meaning that unbeliever is even better than, quote, believer. But after some time, I say, okay, I should go. We should go to the service. Then
Did he have a wife then?
he was married.
The wife was also in the church.
Okay, let me say, as I understand, this woman called Evelyn, yeah, of course, is his wife, because the everybody has agreed that the woman is his wife, but they didn't get married, either
traditional
or
customary marriage.
You understand? Or else ask them to bring their pictures. TB Joshua loves pictures and videos, so he should just bring them out. So a woman was with him, but the woman was not living with us in the quarters. That woman was living at Tony Street in somebody's house.
Now, that is another consistent part about the story, because the girls also said that the quote-unquote wife, we acknowledge them as wife because there is such a thing as customary marriage in Nigeria, right? That she was not allowed in the room, in his bedroom, in the mansion, in the about 50-story mansion.
You understand? In one of the members' house. So they gave her a boys' quarter there. So, then I left the room to go to the to the service. But while I was going, I saw some girls standing by the door. Maybe it was one of them that took the bullets for me that day. So then after the service, I was just thinking within myself, what's going on? Uncle Shegun has already left. I would have confided in him, because we were always sitting together at the, editing suit or editing table. So who should I talk to now? They would just say, you came here a few days ago and you want to turn this place upside down. So within myself, it was, and he has told me that my mother was the one behind the walls.
Huh?
So it's like I was hating all my family already.
Oh, that's consistent.
So where will I go from here? I've already.
She was hating on our family. I have personal experience with this. That's all I'm going to say.
MOP, can I say something before you continue?
Hold on, I'll round this video up in about 2 seconds, I think. Hold on.
I accused them and told them never to come to me again. So I just.
All right, this is a 4-part series on Objective TV. You guys can go and watch it on there. I just want to hear. Right now, I'm done. I'm overwhelmed already. I just want to hear Natu and Brother Patrick, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, so talking about that they said that she was responsible for. Remember, I told you earlier. I said one of my in-laws. She's married to my cousin, and I'll go and look online if I'll find it, because her own was televised. Like family members saw it on TV. You know how you're watching TV, and then out of nowhere you just see your in-law on the TV, and then they told her that she is the one. And the husband was a politician before. She started going left, so that was the reason why she went there for prayers, because of all the things she's hearing. So she went there, and then he ended up telling her that she was responsible for her. She's responsible for her husband's woes, that she's a witch, that she has a marine spirit, and they said that she's going to cry, and she ended up crying, and the husband cried too.
So to be clear, just because somebody it's not a direct indication that person was not a real pastor with a miracle. We're just saying there's a pattern.
My grandfather was a pastor and he cried now. Everybody,
we're just saying there's a massive pattern here. People are asking and say, why is like all we have a few stories. It's like the Donald Trump situation. You voted for Trump, but you can't come with a full chest and say I voted for Trump until we start seeing the results. And you now say, yeah, I just didn't believe her. And then your full chest is showing. You are hiding and you are sneakily saying, but I cannot follow him too. May God save all of you. But the ones that are outspoken are the ones that have like speak up. Speak up. Let's hear your story.
So also to address what Brother Ben is saying, I think I tried to say the other day you were having this. If you have not experienced grief, you have not had a family member that experienced grief, you have no idea what the other person is doing. I have been a victim not once but twice.
Jesus.
And every time Brother Ben makes that statement, it triggers me. And let me tell you why it triggers me. You can't tell me what my truth is. And all of those people that thing happened to me with them, if I tell anybody, nobody will believe them. Because they are one of the most saint people. Like they can't even hurt a fly. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when people are speaking their truth and you're like, oh, they are lying, she's from this. No, don't tell her truth. Any woman that's been through grief that will brace up to open up and say that I have been through this. Do you know what courage it takes, especially an African woman, to come out with her chest and say, I've been through this? Do you know what she has to live with the rest of her life?
We can only imagine.
I really do have problem. I really do have. Anything Brother Ben says that it triggers me. Like it really triggers me. And I really want you to understand. I'm not praying for anybody to experience it. But bro, pray. Because you have kids. Once somebody starts talking, if you don't have anything to say, you know, like I told you about my auntie that was going after their daughter-in-law. And I asked her 2 questions. I said, have you ever had a miscarriage? Have you ever lost a child? She said, no. I said, back off. Back off, because you don't know what this girl is going through. Back the F up.
Yeah.
You can't tell people their story.
Now,
she's been saying it for the longest time, and she's been consistent.
Not to remind me, did I give Chidi his own gift yet, or no? Did I give him his own gift yet?
No, give him.
Okay, Chidi, you deserve a gift too. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you don't seem like you want to have the conversation.
But Chidi, let me explain to you. Nobody can bring the kingdom of Christ down. Because if it's a fake pastor trying to,
you just argue. It's like arguing with your own destiny. It's like arguing with your own destiny.
If there's a fake pastor trying to hide under the marks and claiming they're doing God's work, those are the ones trying to bring the kingdom of God, and God will expose them.
Yeah. So we all don't know what happened here. What we're saying is there's a pattern here, and to not acknowledge the pattern is almost an evidence that you guys are part of the enablers of everything that's happening in that society, you know. Brother Patrick, sir.
Yeah, Lord, thank God for bringing Natu. But you are vulnerable today. Appreciate all what you said. Sorry for the loss of your dad.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. God will continue to comfort you and strengthen your family.
Amen.
Like you said, you are talking from experience, and we have a lot of people, even that wasn't involved. I know people that went to that place and they are no more. And like I said, and Ola did a very good job. Yeah, the words Ola was using and everything, and Ola was composed, matured. Thank you, Ola. Well, like I said,
you're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
I want people to just learn from it. Yes, I'm not a baby. I'm not going to come up here and begin to make things up. Yes, like at this my level, what will I gain from that? But I just want people to learn. Yeah, and don't be a third person and just begin to talk, hey, no, that means you're not being matured. Learn from people that have seen, from experienced people, from eyewitnesses. Don't judge them. Don't say they lie like Natu said. Listen to them.
Listen, you don't have to take any sides. You don't have to. Nobody's asking you to take sides. Just learn how to listen, and then listen to this. Maybe you'll see some patterns at some point without getting attached to one person's story that they're lying.
Yeah.
And then we wait until, God forbid, it happens to you or your daughter or something, and then we can't hear a word anymore. And then it's like you against the whole world. Then you flip from one extreme to the other extreme. Just listen. Sometimes you don't have to, like, nobody's asking anybody to take sides. Thank you, sir. Continue, sir.
Yeah,
did you know Pastor Sunday Adelaja, sir?
I know him from Ukraine.
From Ukraine, because he's gone kind of under since the whole Ukraine crisis, because it's It's an influential person in Ukraine. But this Dennis is saying Bisola has history of blackmailing people. He blackmailed Dr. Sunday Adelaja after he conspired with her against TB Joshua. Have you read about how she swindled the crippled lady Ruth Matthews money? Share with me in the comment area. Just go and DM me on Instagram, _prestige__. DM me. I will review all of them. We need to be talking about all of it. Okay.
We're not even talking about Sunday Adelaja now.
No, we're not talking about Sunday Adelaja today. He's trying to discredit Bisola. If you're going to you know that you can't finish at discrediting Bisola. You have to discredit all the other ladies on that show. You go explain tired. Go ahead, sir.
You're like I've lost my train of thought on this. Well, just ask people to just see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, many cities will be in the open this year. We heard it from the beginning of the year, and begin to unfold now what is going on. Let's learn from it. Let's stop passing judgment on people. Just take your time.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be the judgment of the people that are the victims, or you don't have to judge anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have children, like you said, we have families, so that we can educate them. Like as if nothing knew what was going on there, and like you said, she can talk to her dad. She'll have been in a better place. Say, Dad, stop this. Take your medication or whatever. I have a friend. A friend that is going through that right now. As a pastor. He's from Nigeria, and he's married to a white lady. There's a serious war. The white lady, she's so happy that TB Joshua is no more. This guy is diabetic, he refuses to take his medication. He goes to Nigeria every year to TB Joshua. If I open up to you, Ola, you'll be surprised.
There are so many people leaving the Obodosa to go and parade all those Orioke every other 3 months. There's so many people. This thing is such a stronghold on people's minds. And again, I want to be very careful with saying that because I have empathy for them.
Yeah, you are right.
So I struggle with making sure I have empathy, but having to say what we need to say so that people can, liberate themselves from this stronghold. Something will be right in front of us. We'll be asking questions that we can never finish asking. Like we're not. He's passed on. We cannot judge him. We cannot judge him. I know Chiye said he's resting in pieces. I said he's resting in peace. He's literally resting. He can't get up anymore.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about him. We're talking about you. We're talking about you, your mindset. I want you to understand how powerful you are as a human being. You're very powerful. And they know this. But they know you are not aware. So they take advantage of you. See, I said they, not TB Joshua. They know. We use it in marketing. God damn it. Excuse my French, sir. We use it in marketing. People don't buy logically. They don't. Human beings cannot buy anything, any ideology logically. It's impossible. The study says 85% of people, they buy emotionally and then try to justify the bullshit with logic later on. We're all emotional. All of us. And the devil knows this. The most powerful human beings know that. And and it's neither good nor bad. It's just that some people choose to use it for the evil.
Yeah.
And they will be called out. That's just the reality. Because social media is more emotional than you. It will call them out. Everybody just para. Me too. Me too. Before you know it, you find 1 or 2 person that will corroborate the story. If you have 3 people and 2 person is not credible, guess what? You're going to jail. So it's not about Bisola either. That white girl was clearly gay. She went there to try to cast away the gayness.
Yeah, you're right. I watched that one. And she's 17.
Oh, did she put on the outfit to come and look like a gay person to tell you a story? How much did they pay them to do that? How do you not think that there's madness in this world enough for BBC to cover than to be making up stupid stories? I need some kidding now. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna leave it to random. I'm good.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir. Anytime. Yes, sir. You're always welcome. Yeah. Not you good. Not is probably gonna abandon me here and then go and be eating Indomie. Let me see. I'm just gonna read the comments and then we'll call it a day. Okay. We should be so happy to know that Jesus Christ understands and he cares. Amen. Do you know Bisola came to this con with an history of professional prostitution? It doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
We go explain because no evidence.
You will explain Taya because you have to tell me the same thing about all the other ladies and all this different and Natu story. You have to discredit Natu story too. That's what you're gonna have to do because you go explain Taya. Because I'm not judging TB Joshua. This is fighting your own destiny. Cults are very complex. They are complex because human beings are complex. There is a lot of manipulation and fear going on. Brainwashing, indoctrination is a real thing. It takes centuries. Just look at what African is dealing with. Did you know that an African person, we had credibility just by default to an Oyibo person before a black person? This is deeper than you. So don't even try to fight it. Just understand how this translates to your own personal life and how you might have been covering your own face and moving in the darkness for so long. Fight and get yourself back. Engage your power. Because there's somebody manipulating you with the nonsense right now. You just don't know it because you're busy actually fighting for them. You're defending them. And you do it in very, very subtle ways. It just looks like you're applying logic, but you're just lying. That's what you're doing. You're just a liar like the rest of us. Okay? You try to justify the nonsense with logic. Logic is called logic.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Logic. Key. Logic. All these healing scams works in two parts. Placebo, preparing the minds of the victims. That's 1. 2, hypnosis when they come before this prophet. There's a whole study to it. Okay, you could just read up, but when you are reading it, you can even get lost in it. You can even enter trance while you are reading it. That's how powerful these things are. Okay, so you don't even have to do all that. You can just work on yourself. Just understand that you're a powerful person. Have some self-awareness. Understand how power works. Learn seduction skills. Okay, you have to use them ethically because you can use them to perform evil. Yes. Learn some social skills. Learn how to read a goddamn room when you enter a room. It's not every room that you have to enter and blah blah. No, everybody's not going to allow you. There's no such thing as freedom of speech. Okay, there is, but there's also consequences that comes with it. Okay, so social intelligence, emotional intelligence, which means you master your own emotions first. Okay, there are 3 parts to it. You master your own emotions first. Okay, you remain a student of it for the rest of your life. Learn what triggers you. Hold yourself accountable and say, hey, this thing triggers me, this make me feel this way. This is how I feel, this is why I feel the way I feel. It traces all the way back to not just my lifetime, but even beyond me. Because a lot of these behaviors are learned. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, sis. Although I just joined, I did not hear all you said. Welcome, Esther. Bisola has been very consistent for years. She's a prostitute. No show beforehand. What does that have to do with anything? She said it. She said, I'm not innocent. I'm not exactly innocent, but I'm thinking about people have conscience. Not everybody is mad crazy and trying to manipulate a mass of people. Some people are just have bad behavior. Like, it's not just, but they are Olosho, and they enter the right zone. Some of them are trying to save themselves. Some of them were used or manipulated because they were trying to save themselves from certain situations. And then they jump from fire pan into fire. These stories are everywhere, beyond TB Joshua's church. Pay attention. Okay? Sorry, sis, although I just joined, I did not care. I heard that. But Ben says we all watch and listen to stories and filter through the contents. Bisola is a no. You're wrong, Brother Ben. You're wrong on this one. The tagging on the Brother Bisola, I said Brother Bisola. The tagging on the Bisola stuff, it actually makes me question your credibility, because when you're looking at any of this kind of cases across the board, right? You have to say, hey, we got 3 out of 4 people, you're going to jail. That's how society works, right? There's no absolutes anyway. I say that all the time. There's no absolutely. Even Bisola might have inconsistency. There's what this one guy I said in the beginning of the show. He was actively looking for the inconsistency in Bisola's story. I'm like, this girl has been talking. This lady has been talking for years. She's been talking for years, and those stories are consistent. Okay? And yes, let me warn you right now. The ones with past history of Olosho are the one that has the faster tendency to oust you, because they also tend the one, remember, the tempted spirit, they're the one that have the seductive spirit. There are girls that come into the church from the street. I've seen this in person. They come into the church from the streets because they're trying to save themselves. Something about them is telling them something is off, and they come and go. You see them come and go a lot. They will be in the street and then they will end up back again because they're struggling, and they will end up in the hands of a pastor who is weak. You're like, nobody will find out though. Nobody will know. If you don't tell, I won't tell. It's not a big deal to you. What am I, like the 1000th body count? So this is not discrediting Bisola. I don't know if you've paid attention to what's going on, Brother Ben. We see the story everywhere. The ones that is a one-time situation, the dignity is so high. It's an extremely, like Natu was saying, it's an extremely brave thing that you have to do in order to come out and say, this person did something to me, because they're not even used to that. So saying that she was an Olosho before does not discredit what she is saying when there are 3 other people that's basically aligning, their stories are aligning. We got to pay attention to that. We're not looking for absolutes. We're looking for little nuances, like you said yourself, right? We're looking for little nuances here, and I said, okay, the actual story we're talking about is TB Joshua. And particularly people in high places, powerful people, and how they might be misusing their power. That is the story. And Bisola is very small in the grand scheme of things when it comes down to that. In addition to the fact that her story has been consistent when it comes to TB Joshua. I can't say because you lied about this bottle yesterday that you're now telling the lie about this one that's clearly the truth in front of me. Not only that, there's a couple of witnesses that said this is the truth. I can't say because you did Olosho before. No, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. You're right. Bisola is an Olosho, and I can see through her. She took money from BBC to do story. It's possible. Okay? It's possible. If you have a story to tell, they might pay you money. Okay? But you can also get picked up in case somebody gets sued. You say, this is the person that told us the story. Okay? All these people, including Bisola, were acting under the instruction and fear of Joshua. They themselves didn't gain anything. They lost so much. In fact, they need therapy. They need therapy. That's a fact. That is a fact. Every shady pastor has a female accomplice. Bisola is that person for TB Joshua. Listen, I agree with that to a large extent, especially that assistant man. He said, Prophet Agomo or something like that. He said that he went and wrote a petition against him and stuff like that. But I also look at him sideways. I was like, you wrote a petition against him because he wasn't a victim of sexual molestation or anything like that. He didn't like boys, not according to them, So, but I looked at him sideways, but I'm like, okay, just leave it alone. We're talking about TB Joshua. That's what it's about, and his legacy, because a lot of people clearly still follow him, which is fine. We're just saying, at the grass. This story is not just about TB Joshua. It's about there is a perpetual misuse of power in Africa. Okay, this is why Africa is under. Okay, the Oyibo person does not have any power unless the powerfuls in Africa give them power. Okay, they don't have any power outside of that. They need them to continue to perpetuate that. So if we're not going to spell that out, then we're going to be in that situation for a long time. All right. The case of Bisola is like leaving your whole store open. Somebody gave that example during the election. I think it was Obi. Leaving your whole store open and then you're chasing that one thief. They're going to rob you dry before you come back. Right? Leave Bisola alone. That's just one thief. Even if she's any at all, you know. But I don't agree with Bisola's actions when it comes to her action with the crippled young lady, but that doesn't discredit what she's saying about TBJ. There have been so many others. If I see it, it's still interesting, I will bring it up. Okay? I will still bring it up. If I see more stories about Bisola that I find interesting, that kind of discredit that, I will. For now, there's none. There's none. Okay? Why are you telling lies? D-Race, why are you telling lies? Can you provide evidence of how Bisola swindled these people mentioned? I don't know, man. Ola, me, I'm judge, you know. No, we don't judge here. We don't judge. We're just trying to learn. I see the angle you're coming from. Yes, I see it too. It's just not carrying. There's no weight. And I know, but I didn't have time without jumping in the studio to come and talk to me today. But I'm rounding up right now anyway. Hello, everyone. Try to go check Bisola's records. Sandra says that Bisola was at synagogue for deliverance 4 or 5 times. She was? She was a worker there. What do you mean? I'm missing something. Sandra, we might continue the story tomorrow. Maybe come back tomorrow and tell me more, you know. I think she was there for 14 years or something like that. You know, not just for deliverance 4 or 5 times. And most people that end up in that kind of situation, yes, they were there for deliverance. That does not discredit their story. Dean said, I've been a follower of TB Joshua since the mid-90s. I can tell you categorically that the whole film directed by BBC is centered around Bisola's fabrications. Maybe. Shout out to Dennis, by the way. Thank you for engaging us. Nobody should excuse Bisola. She broke up with TB once the church achieved popularity and TB wouldn't honor her request. You're trolling, Brother Ben, at this point. Nobody can tell me anything about Bisola's story. You're trolling. Osunot says, yes, if he did all the accusations against, so what? What is the document seems to achieve? Should we denounce God or TB Joshua or the court? I will never worship him because he is human. Osunot, welcome. You might have to watch the video all over again. We've been on for 3 hours and 7 minutes. We address all of that. But I accept everyone's views on the documentary, but Bisola, lie, anybody can tell me otherwise. This is you trying to get us, you're trying to manipulate us to accept your view. We accept it, Brother Ben, we accept it, but we disagree, that's all. Anyway, all the disciples at one point or the other were fellow perpetrators. Yeah, this is something we already know. And Toby is trying so hard to break it down to like piece, like, but it's not eating. It's not eating. Those on the documentary express the guilt they feel when they remember the things they did for the organization. Yes, they did. Ola, BBC have their own yama at times too. You missed that part when I said BBC go collect. You missed that part. You did, right? I said BBC. BBC has a whole legal department. There's a reason for that. Okay. They have a whole legal department. They are there to make money, okay? But they won't be stupid enough to cook up a video. They won't cook up videos. They won't do that, okay? They have to, part of their job is to make it believable, but not to cross the line where they can tamper with their credibility over time. As in, like, there's a certain extent they can go. In this situation, this is a situation of there is no smoke without fire. I'm sorry. And I'm saying this particularly because all the churches except the Anglican that I've gone through, before we get to here, there's a pastor in it that have the same tendencies. Okay. All right. So I'll say that to you. Okay. So just rest. It's not that deep. A lot of churches need to clean up their act. I don't know how far they can go, because the nature of human beings, when there's too much power in their hands, they will misuse it. And when you have a lot of people following you, it comes with it. It's part of what you need to manage as an individual that has a lot of following. Okay? For every one person that follows you, that just listens to everything you say, you're now responsible for an additional 1,000 persons that can be influenced when you misdo, when you misnya, when you mishave, when you misdo anything, right? They follow every word and it can backfire. You have to be careful, and it's not a matter of right and wrong. Some of us are stuck on right and wrong, and that's a major issue in all of this. This is not a matter of right and wrong. It's a matter of, at a society level, is this person dangerous to the society? They need to be put away. They need to be, that's what we're talking about. They need to be silenced. Sometimes you can't put them away because there's nothing tangible you can put them away for, but they're dangerous. They're dangerous for human mindset, for people's, society's mindset at large. And we have to, because your children are involved in the same society. So as much as you might embrace it right now because it's satisfying a sense of security for you, that's what it comes down to. If you're following any pastor and you have a hard time checking them when they do anything wrong, it comes down to you're basically fulfilling your security need. Okay, number one, certainty. Okay, that's all it is. It makes you feel safer, and you feel at risk if you say anything. My pastor knows me. Not to met my pastor. It's just the way I do it. Pastor. Pastor gonna say we'll start adjusting. Okay, he's talking to me, and it's not like he's scared of me. We rub minds together. He respects me. I highly respect him. But some of you cannot do that. You worshiping the pastor, and that's not good for the pastor either. Because that pastor go collect if everybody's worshiping. That arrogance, that pride, he's still a human being. It will enter him and eat him up, completely eat him up, and then eat up his legacy too. That's what I want you to pay attention to here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bottom. A big question I will ask: did TB Joshua go call them in their houses? No, that's a stupid question. I'm sorry, Sandra. That is Sandra. I've never done this ever on this show ever before. Sandra, you will receive gift today. I have never done this, ladies. I've never done this. But this is be good for Sandra. I can't resist. I'm sorry, Sandra. Oh, Sandra is probably a Kene disguised as a woman. Sandra, collect.
Sorry.
I don't think I've done that directly to a woman in this platform before. I'm not scared of them. It's just that I treat ladies a certain type of way. No, Sandra, that's a stupid question. That's a stupid question. Now, you're not stupid. You're not a stupid person. You might need to go and watch the last 3 videos I've done. Why that is a stupid question. Okay. Sandra said because there are big top people who pay for these cook stories. Yes, they are. And we can tell when that happens too. Brother Ben said, let me leave this matter. It's triggering for me too. I hate how we tend to excuse bad behavior. This is why Niger. And all this evil talks about TB Joshua Synagogue gives a free advert. No, it doesn't. Bad publicity is bad, but you have to wait a little bit longer. Sometimes it's their legacy that will end up in Poto. Sometimes it's too late, but bad publicity is still bad publicity. Sorry, I know you've heard it before, like bad publicity is also good. No. That's big cap. Bad publicity is bad, and it will eat up that organization eventually. That's why people will disconnect from Diddy. That's why 18 companies in one day disconnected from anything called PDD. All right. That's why Kanye West became a non-billionaire overnight. 18 days after I predicted it was about to happen. Go watch my previous video. Okay, this will start to make sense to you over time. Okay, there's no free publicity here. Okay, It's no. I would let you get away with it, but no. It won't help you either. If you think you can just act mad in public and everybody will start following you anyway, to a certain extent, yes. But if you do enough of it, you go collect. Ask Kanye West, ask Andrew Tate, ask so many of them. Ask Donald Trump. Right. There's a way this society moves, and you have to be respectful to it. And yeah, you have to be respectful to it. Do you know Bisola left Scorn since 2008 till date? She's not married and she's not child. Why is she not married? It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I followed that story with Ruth Matthews. Bisola never swindled Ruth. It was the other way round. Yeah. Okay. So you're telling us that Bisola is a dramatic person. I think I could see that through the screen already. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. You want me to tell you that she's lying? No. I won't tell you that, because there are at least three other people, including his own assistant, Prophet Agomo, including the man that was helping him bury pictures inside of tree on the prayer mountain. You have to discredit all those. Remember, I'm not judging TB Joshua at all, but I don't know why you're obsessed with discrediting Bisola. You need to discredit all of them first, and then maybe we'll consider that there's something. There's no reason to defend TB Joshua. You know, there's no reason. If he did well, like you said, if you believe what you said, that nothing can pull, not like the church shall prevail, right? If you believe that truthfully, you won't be that obsessed with defending the church. Okay, you just wait. You just wait and see. We must consider that the real body count may be Nigerian women in synagogue who are scared to speak. Some of those body counts are happening inside people's family. Did you see that story about that guy and his father were molesting the daughter, his own sister? That sister is on that story is on Amzat Oriyomi right now, going viral. I think Amzat Oriyomi, something like that. Go and ask Maureen Badijo, and she will tell you how dishonest and manipulative Konitumo. Irrelevant. Go and tell what you call it. Go and tell what's his name again? The person you just said their name. Go and tell that person that they're not relevant. Maureen Badijo is not relevant. Yeah. All right. Like to say, all right. Bisola was an Olosho. She's known with that profession. What is a man of God doing with her? I be the sinner only for Olosho, who should be held most accountable. Nah, serious wahala be this. What do you expect for someone that started smoking weed at the age of 14 years and was having mental issues? Sandra, there's no way you're not Ekene. You are definitely Bishop Ekene. There's nothing you can tell me. Do you know TB Joshua disciple over 2,000 disciples, both foreign and local? How come they only found 10? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're doing promotion for nothing. Okay, we're not as big as Emmanuel TV. I don't know what the struggle is about. Joker was abandoned by the synagogue and was picked and even sent to a British school. Agomo womanized and stole a lot from synagogue. The other British girl was a woman to woman. Yeah, Denise and Sandra is the same person. How did they become enablers though? Toby, you will explain tires too. Just leave Brother Ben alone. They come to church, and with the experience they get, they wonder why they even came in the church. I've seen this so many times, Chinye. I've seen it so many times that people are start to wonder, like, I came into the church, but they're no better. I've seen this so many times, I can't tell you how many. And no, I am not going to be proving anything here. Shout out to Temilade, I see you. TBJ fan club should go and watch Emmanuel TV and leave us to discuss. This is a good point. Is TB Joshua the problems in the world? Sandra is definitely Denise. Sandra and Denise. And who's the other third person? Augustine. There was Augustine in the beginning. These are the same persons. Okay. JBJ is part of the world problem. Wahala. Even if you insult me, it doesn't matter. Jesus Christ received more than this. Not you comparing yourself to Jesus Christ. So disrespectful to Jesus. The man who claimed TB Joshua used to bury people's picture was sent away by TB Joshua. So he's sending all these people away. Let me teach you a quick lesson before we leave. Shout out to you, Dennis, Sandra, and Augustine, and all the TB Joshua disciples here. I've said it a few times that I'm not your enemy at all. BBC might be your enemy though, because BBC gets paid to do what they do. So maybe you're right. They might have paid people. All right. But here's a lesson to round this off with today. Okay. If you are leading an organization of 5 people, and you tend to send people away a lot, you're just dismissing them. Your main disciples, so the ones that come into your room, right? You have a few of them out there floating of displeasant, right? I don't know if that's a word. It's okay. Let's rock with that. Okay. If you have those people, right? A lot of people that you've dismissed, people that claim that you tried to kidnap them, according to Guru Maharaj, people that claim that all they asked is that they wanted to leave, but you arrested them. You have those people floating out there. I think at that point, you should question your abilities to lead. Okay? You should be concerned. Even if it's only one. You might say, but that's just one out of about 10 million people. Do you understand the teachings of Jesus Christ? Have you paid attention to that at all? Maybe again, you should go back to Emmanuel's TV. Because one person that left you and they're not happy is one too many. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes some people don't know how to handle their business and they needed to be dismissed. Okay? But that's not something we're proud of either. It's usually, if you're a good leader, it's usually a very tough decision for you to make. Sometimes you have to let people go. Okay? But this idea that because you let these people go, discredit them, is actually the opposite. It's not something that you would be proud of. Remember, we're not talking about TB Joshua. We're just talking in general now. Okay? So, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help the case for the legacy of TB Joshua when you are adding on to the number of people that he's just dismissing, he's getting them arrested, including his own daughter. You're not helping the legacy of TB Joshua. You know how to help the legacy of TB Joshua? You let go and you let God. You let go and you let God. Because you know you shall do nothing against, you shall do nothing for or against the truth. You shall do nothing against, how does the Bible say it? One day, Otoba, you shall do nothing against the truth, but for the truth, right? It might seem you are fighting. If it's the truth, you don't have to help it. You don't have, especially if you're obsessed with helping it. At that point in time, you're just showing signs that you have been brainwashed. That's what it comes down to. And religion does a fantastic job at brainwashing people. That's not your fault. It's just how it works. So I don't want you to feel too ashamed about that. It's all of us. We've been there, done that. Okay. So I want to round up the day. I'm just going to read Temilade's comment here. Why is it hard for Nigerians to believe that some pastors and prophets and prophetesses are capable of doing unscrupulous things like what BBC Africa exposed? It's very hard for them. Because the evils are afraid to face the world TV. No, they're not. All you have to do is keep working. The truth will fight for itself. I watched Maureen Badijo's live. I didn't even know that's a content creator. I didn't know that was a content creator. Live yesterday, other disciples have come out to reveal more secrets. Maureen Badijo, that's the name? I should check that out. If TB Joshua could send someone away because he committed fornication, then how come a narrative of sexual... No, that's cap. You didn't show us evidence of that. BBC showed us some evidence. Nigerians, God created you with ability to reason. Use your reasoning faculties. It's not for fancy. Hey, yes. I love Maureen Badijo. I haven't her show for a long time. She's a strong woman. I'll check that out, actually. All of these people speaking evil against TB Joshua, go watch their confession. Yeah, including J-Mike. I saw where he said, oh yeah, I just want to pull him down. Been there, done that. Okay. To buy when you know Gogoro ordinary alcohol, they will start talking gibberish. Can you come up with something else, Auntie Sandra? Please try again. I stumbled on our show, decided to watch the live. Joke is not TBJ's daughter. Joker is not TBJ's daughter and was never the daughter. You have to shalaye tire. That lady looks like TB. You might be right, but she looks like him. She looks like him. If you put a mustache on that lady, she looks like him. But that doesn't count. That's not a scientific evidence, right? I've done a morphological facial comparison of so-called... like I knew what you were going to say. When morphological call, this is the logical person here. Are you the logical person here, Dennis? Morphological call. Morphological ni. Morphological ni. When it comes to fake pastors and prophets, she doesn't play. Different churches have come. Okay. TB Joshua doesn't brainwash people. No, the religion brainwash people, period. Again, I keep telling you, you're fighting your destiny. This is not against the persons of the pastors. Religion naturally brainwashes people. It's just the way it works. Now, if you want to go to the next level, some people use that to manipulate the vulnerable. The idea of brainwashing not being in church is not a thing. That's an oxymoron. Coexists, okay? It doesn't exist. I tell people about my books all the time, which you can download with the link at the top. Please read it 10 to 15 times. I don't want you to turn it to a religion, because when you put text together for people to read, if they get obsessed over it and they don't do the work, it will become another religion. It's not about, this is not a fight against Christianity. This is the part that you guys are missing. That's what you're missing. Okay? So now it's your words against us. Chi and I said she looked just like him. Right? Chi and I said that, you know. So we're going to end with Sandra. Sandra, you're welcome here anytime. Obviously, you subscribe. Shout out to you and everybody else. I like the smoke, but because that's how we actually learn more when we have multiple. That's why I love Brother Ben too. He brings the smoke. You know, that we learn a lot from that. You know, just listen. This is the same thing I'm saying. Instead of getting brainwashed by one angle of thought, we need to rub minds together. So I want to say shout out to you. I think the whole Prestige family is saying shout out to you as well. She says all the TB Joshua visits to different countries. Was it all fake in the healings? Yeah, this is the same question you asked earlier. You know, that question is not adding up. Who is J-Mike in the presence of God? Now, wow. You need the Spirit of God to be able to read what I'm reading through J-Mike. How's that? You need the Spirit of God to help you with that, you know? So, Boncha said you cannot do morphological comparison of faces. Wahala. I have very intelligent people on this platform, so you better come correct if you're going to use logical. That lady is a spitting image of him. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But thank you so much, everybody. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. I appreciate all 90 of you that came by here today. Shout out to you. Subscribe, turn up your notifications, download the books. They are free. Just go to number1redflag.com. Number, spell it out, 1redflag.com. Or you can even go to lolaandola.com, the blog, and you can see the link over there to download everything from there. All right. So hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified whenever we go live. Okay. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate my family here. I want to say thank you to Yes TV, who became a member today. That is so awesome. And I want to say thank you to the Obsidian order for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. And if you hit the like button as well today, let me see how many people hit the like button. If you already hit the like button today, I want to say thank you to you, because that goes a long way in helping us build the platform. Okay, so I'm missing about 25 likes. So on your way out, just do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.